Hello and welcome to Saturday Night Gaming with Mark W. and
Bob.
Rob Bob is here as well. And last week I had to skip this stream due to life difficulties, but I see Stu left a comment in the chat last week. He said, Mark, you told me the other day you endorsed mass conversion. Yes, this is a game, a board game, as you can see, called Banish the Snakes. It is about St. Patrick in Ireland, and it is by GMT Games. They put out a lot of really cool board games. I don't know how they put out quite so many. And they have a system called P500. I think it stands for Pledge 500 or something like that. And the way that works is they have these developers of games, and they're often very small designers of games, I guess you could say. And they have a pledge system. If they get 500 pledges, it's kind of like a Kickstarter sort of a thing, except they've been doing this since before Kickstarter. They'll put out the game. So one time in 2021, I was looking at their website, and I decided to pledge for 3 of their more interesting sounding games. That was about 2 years ago. And this was one of them, Banish the Snakes. And early this month, or actually we're now in April, so early last month in March, I received my copy. It came through. I was billed and all that stuff. And yeah, I thought I would play this for St. Patrick's Day. Although we are a couple of weeks late, it is St. Patrick's Day-ish time, so we will run with that, I suppose. And yeah, it's our first time playing it, Rob, Bob, and I. And so we're gonna kind of figure it out as we go. So it might be kind of slow going at first, but that's okay. It is a cooperative game. We are the Christians. We are saints. You can choose between several different saints, and some of them are historical and some are not. I don't know what the non-historical ones are exactly. I'm not sure if they're just not historical to the time period, or are they like Superman or something. No, anyway, we have chosen our saints. We're following the historical ones only. And I am taking control of, see how this autofocus works. Palladius. This is my old dude with a beard. He actually looks kind of like a little boy almost, but he's old too. And he is the first bishop of Ireland, according to this card. So I will put mine down now, and Rob Bob's going to show you the famous saint that
I dropped it.
That he is. He is Patrick. You might have heard of him. So yeah, since there's a lot to show in this game, a lot of board games, this one's no exception, do have a lot of components, a lot of area to cover. We can't quite show everything neatly into the camera's field of view. So our character sheets are a little bit off to the side. Here is mine with Palladius. I can show you the basics of what these different things mean though on the card, but mostly these are going to be off screen. So really, the biggest thing you need to know is, one, who the saint is and what his abilities are, and we'll defer talking about that. Zeal is like their hit points and how effective they are. The game doesn't involve physical combat. It's all about converting and debating against the pagans to try to convert them to Christianity. But zeal can be seen sort of as hit points. And for some reason, the 2 saints that we chose do not start with maxed out zeal. Palladius starts 2 boxes down, which is still 3 zeal. So the max is 4, but it gradually goes down. So he's like almost down to 2. If he runs out of zeal, he is dead. And the zeal determines your action points, how many actions you can take in the turn. So because I have 3 zeal, I can take 3 actions. This stuff down here is just used for when you're converting. It helps you keep track of all the pluses and minuses that figure into your conversion roll. And then you roll the die, and then that's it. You see if you converted successfully or not. Anytime you convert successfully, well, basically this whole track is going to say what you need to roll or higher. For example, if all the pluses and minuses, when I'm trying to convert some pagan snake, I would need a 3 or higher if it were over here, for example. And if I'm actually, I think I need higher than 3. I misspoke. If I match 3, if I roll a 3, nothing would happen. But if I roll lower than 3, it's like a loss, and I would lose 1 zeal. I guess I'm getting fed up with it. And if I get fed up with life, I'm dead. So I will show you Rob Bob's card as well, and it's all the same thing basically, except the colors and the abilities of the character himself. We chose not to use green because I figured there's so much. Oops, you can fix that, please. So much green on the board already. I decided not to use the green pawn. So we have the teal. This is going to be Patrick, and That's who is Rob Bob, and Palladius over here. Rob Bob has a little bit of a cough. Don't mind that. So yeah, let's go over it. I'm kind of figuring this out as I go. And by the way, I had a really cool box. I like GMT often makes these really solid boxes. They don't feel like they're gonna break on you. He's gonna knock on it too. Yeah. And it has cool artwork as well. I'm gonna zoom in for a moment. It lets me. Ta-da! Banish the Snakes. And this takes place in the 5th century, by the way. That is apparently when St. Patrick did his thing. And yeah, I see we got a couple of viewers and a like, so thank you for liking it, whoever. I'm going to hit refresh the chat because sometimes it doesn't show anything. Yeah, I don't know what's with that. Been doing this a lot lately. It says nothing, and then I refresh and I see there's some messages. So hello, Stu. He says no attempt at an apology, so you just pray and the snakes leave. What's the game? That's basically it. And Ryan says, hi, guys. Hey, Ryan and Stu. Yeah, I do apologize. I wasn't able to run the stream in the past 2 weeks. Just some stuff came up, unfortunately. But, yeah. So, yeah, you can see there's a lot of stuff going on the board. And what I'm trying to do is do a thing where I have 2 sources, video sources, where one I can use to like zoom in on the action. And what you see now is kind of the overview of the whole board. It doesn't 100% fit in. There's a little bit of useless information at the bottom, but basically this is all you need. And you get the cool logo at the top left. And I'm actually streaming in 1440p for the first time, just because if I don't do that, the zooming in isn't too clear. So hopefully you guys can view it in 1440p as well. Hopefully it's automatic and no problem for you. But this is the zoom in view I have as well. So as I need to, I will just switch to this view and zoom around accordingly. Like if I want to show what's happening right up here in North Ine, and yes, I did just make a cheat sheet of how to pronounce all these crazy Irish names. I mean, they're not crazy, but to me, they're very foreign. Yeah, so I can zoom in on wherever the action is. Or if I want to show you the cards I'm drawing, I can go up here. And yeah, hopefully that works out pretty good. I'm hoping for the best. But yeah, it might be a little slow at first because I am learning the game for the first time. And Rob Bob hasn't seen it at all. I've played through a couple of turns on my own. But yeah, we're cooperating. We're trying to convert the pagans. And the way this works is it's almost like it's a little bit like Pandemic, if anybody's played that. Except instead of trying to remove diseases, we're trying to remove pagan. It sounds terrible. Just to talk a minute about that, by the way, anytime you play a war game or something where you're mass converting people's religion, it it doesn't mean that I'm into that idea necessarily. I've heard people say like, "Why are you playing that World War II game as the Nazi?" They're like, "Well, I'm not to me specifically, but in general, like I'm just kind of interested in the subject matter and seeing how it plays out. It doesn't mean I am going, yeah, I'm Hitler, baby."
Nazi.
I am not. You're a Nazi?
You're a Nazi.
I did not see that coming. But yeah, and I've seen actually a lot of not really a lot of debate about this, but I've seen this game mentioned in the Catholicism subreddit and a couple other Catholic oriented communities where they're saying this is great history from their point of view. And some people say that civilization as we know it would not have occurred in Europe if this banishment of the snakes did not occur. I'm not going to get into a debate about that, but that's the subject matter. And so, yeah, let's try to explain how this works a bit. So we're going to run around the map, Rob Bob as Patrick and me as Palladius. And the green blocks, so let me try to switch to zoom in mode. I'm moving the wrong things around. So yeah, if you look at where, say, I am down here, this is the province of Oganat. I'm looking at my pronunciation cheat sheet. Oganat. And so I'm here right now. And these green blocks with the -4, -4, -5, those are pagan people. Green block means people. This one with the shamrock has been converted to Christianity. That is Palladius's, one of his abilities, according to the rule book, is that there's just one person, one people starts out Christian. But in general, I'm going to have to use convert actions, and so will Rob Bob, to make them flip over to this lovely shamrock side, if I can find the camera. It's a little bit of a lag, so it's confusing when I move. But otherwise, if you see the minus, that's basically how strong they are in resisting your debates. There is no violence in this game per the rule book. We are just debating and we're preaching and things like that. So yeah. Yeah, again, I had to refresh. I missed so much of your guys' message. I don't know why it's not coming through in real time. That's really annoying, actually. A lot of messages between Stu and Ryan. Okay. Sure. Okay, they're just kind of chattering nonsense. So cool. But yeah, basically, we want to convert the people, and we win the game if we convert all the people. But there are these other nasties giving us a hard time. These red blocks that show like a yes, they are holly leaves. They are the druids. Now the strength, please don't play with that chorus. That goes, the whole stream's done. So yeah, this is the backside of each druid. And when we confront one, which we have to do because they're protecting all the people, sort of, we flip it to see how powerful they are. And then we deal with them accordingly. We can try to convert the druid. He is knocked off the map. And then we can try to convert the people. But these blue blocks are leaders. The leaders rule over the people. And they add a penalty to our conversion attempts. There are different kinds of leaders. This one here is a chief. I don't know if you can read that. Hopefully you can. There's also, this one here is a king. The king are sitting on these gold, large gold-ish or 10-ish blocks. And there's also off screen, but maybe I can scroll through it real quick. There is a high king who is this one here sitting on the large purple block. And so there's kind of a hierarchy to it. They call it the influence. There's a diagram that says the high king influences the 4 kings, which can in turn influence the chief, which are the lowest level leaders, and they influence the people. Basically, all that means is if I try to convert people with a chief present, the chief provides a penalty to my convert attempt. If I try to convert a chief and the king is present, the king provides a penalty to my conversion attempt against the chief, and similarly for the high king. And there's other things that can figure in as well. But that's the gist. Let me catch up on the chat. So let's see. Ryan says he's meaner to his viewers than Mike Matei. Stu says these 2 Jewish guys are walking the path to church and there's a sign that says convert, we'll pay you $50. So one guy says, you know what, I'm going to do it. And the other guy says, what, really? And the first guy says, listen, it won't mean anything. I'll still be Jewish, really, and I'll get $50. So the other guy says, why am I reading this? Okay, the joke's not even complete. Maybe I'll finish it when Stu finishes telling the joke. Anyway, that's the basic idea. Also on the right side of the board, we have what's going on in the rest of the world. And the rest of the world basically means Great Britain. And so we have this paganism tracker. And it's going to move along like this, paganizing the world.
The entire world of Great Britain.
Entire world of Great Britain. And basically, if that gets to the end, which is a little bit cut off, then paganism rules. And we all lose the game. But there's also intermittent, or what's the right word? There's steps in between. Like if on the very first time paganism advances, and I think it's basically these cards that say when that happens, that the first step would be making Scotland pagan. So what's going to happen at that point is I have these Scotland cards that are sitting over here. They're going to go into this event deck, which is up here. So basically what that means is pagan, or I don't know what the cards actually say because I haven't read them, but there are things that are going to probably harm us pertaining to Scotland are going to get mixed into the deck. So a bit more pro-pagan and anti-Christian things are going to get added to the deck as the paganism track moves on. So there's a couple of different steps to this. There's the Scotland. Scotland gets converted right away, apparently. And then next is Strathclyde. Then that's when we get here, actually, Strath Pagan. And then later, England, lastly, can get converted to paganism. And then, again, it's a little bit cut off. There's just one more box after this. That's game ends. The game is over at that point. All right, let's go back to Stu's joke. The other guy said, I'm waiting outside. After a while, the first guy comes out, and the other guy says, so? And so the guy says, yeah, I accepted Jesus. And the other guy says, forget about that. What about the $50? And the first guy says, is that all you people think about? Okay. All right. Good one, Stu. Stu's allowed to make that joke. All right. So we got a couple things going on. We're trying to convert all these pagans. We have the pagan track, the influence of paganism in the broader world, I guess. We are just but two saints wandering around Ireland. Yeah, let's go over these cards a little bit. The way it works is there's one card called, this is actually going to sound complicated, but it's totally not. You got these 4 places to put cards. This is the draw. You know what that means from playing Uno and 1,000 other games. This is the discard. You know what that means from playing Uno and 1,000 other games. There's also the current card. I'm going to draw a card. I'll just draw one as a sample, and then we'll just mix it back in. So this one is called, I'm trying to get some focus here, the Puka visits. I don't know what a Puka is, but any one saint must lose one zeal. And there's a color-coded thing. There's a couple of different events that can happen here. And the way it works is there's a key card, which is currently Arthur, King of the Britons, which that's just how it is in the first turn. And yes, cue the Monty Python references, and cue my autofocus not working as I ever want it to work. But the key card in the lower right has a colored arrow, and that just points to which part of this card you actually look at, or which thing you execute. So in this case, if this were my card, the blue arrow from Arthur, King of the Britons, is pointing to this bottom thing, and it says remove 1 people in your area, replace it with new pagan people. So then this thing goes away, but essentially, and this card becomes a new key card. And so then this yellow arrow here would point to the next card. And that's, I guess that's just a way to have to pack in a lot of different effects into one card, but mix it up a lot at the same time. That's what I figure anyway. So I'm just going to throw this card that I drew as a sample in the middle. I didn't vote for him. Yeah, it's Monty Python. All right, I think we're going to try this. Yeah, as usual, though, this is not a game we've played a lot. We haven't played at all. So I'm going to be referring to the rules a lot. And yeah, you'll have to bear with me or not. You're free to leave. I can't keep you at gunpoint. And I can see that the 5 concurrent viewers has changed to 3. So I guess a couple people already decided that they're going to do that. All right. So why don't we begin? Shall I go first, Rob?
Okay.
Okay. So first thing, we have to look at my character card here to see how many action points I have. Now, we talked about this a moment ago. My zeal, which is kind of figuratively like my hit points, starts out pretty low for Palladius, but it's still a 3. And that determines my number of action points, which is 3. That means I take 3 actions. So what I can do is, here I am in Oganot. And what I could do is, well, let me look at my reference card here. It tells you what you can do with each action. Actually, the first thing I have to do is draw and resolve an event card. I guess I could have just used the one that I used as a sample. That was a bad outcome, so it's a good thing that I decided to put that back in the deck. Then I take action. The actions can be prepare to evangelize, make the conversion attempt, move, build a church or improve a church that's existing, give or take a card with another player in the area, make a relic, which is to flip a grave marker to make a special thing happen. Let's leave it at that. And I can also make a final effort. If my zeal is down to the you die level, you get to make a last ditch effort. But mostly what you're going to be doing in this game, I figure, is converting and also preparing. Preparing just means you spend an action to add 1 to your convert roll. So what I could do with my 3 actions is prepare twice. and then convert. So I would have +2 to my convert roll, and then that's basically my entire turn, but it's more assured than if I did 3 unprepared conversions. I guess it's do I do my homework ahead of time or not? So yeah, why don't we start by drawing the event card? We'll jump back here. This event card says dry spell. Okay. Players would attempt to respond to the vagaries of the weather. Huh? Okay, dry spell, yeah. And so it's gonna line up with the blue arrow from Arthur, King of the Britons. And it says, prayers bring perfect weather. Yes, we control the weather with our prayer. Sorry?
I said all right.
All right. And Stu says, remember, you need to die in order to become a saint. That's true. That's true. I'm not a saint yet in this game. But anyway, this says, flip, because the prayers bring perfect weather, flip any 2 pagan people from the area you are in to their Christian flock sides. Okay. Wow, that's pretty powerful, actually. So when I set this up, I kind of skipped the setup to save you some time. What I did was I randomly drew these green people blocks, which each have a sticker on them, and each minus number is different. There's like -2 over here, for example, but in this place I'm in, there's -4, -4, -5. So these are all pretty strong people. They're very resistant to my Christian teachings, but because I can flip 2 of them, it's a no-brainer that I want to flip the -5 and a -4. It would always be the strongest ones you'd want to flip, I guess. But anyway, I made these 2 Christian by doing pretty much nothing, getting a lucky draw, essentially.
Was that because of the rain or the weather?
Yeah, because of the weather. The
light.
perfect weather just, they're like, oh, the sun is so nice. Now I love Jesus. Let's check the chat again. My cat's watch Mark W shirt only has 1 view. Oh, that's too bad. Stu says, I live on Ogonacht Road. These pronunciations, I find Irish pronunciations harder than like any other language that I can read the characters of. Don't ask me to read Japanese or anything like that. But,
yeah.
But for example, this one here. Sorry, it's out of view. This one here, I had to look up all of these. There was a site I found where there's like audio pronunciations or everything. That's his south. So there's the north and the south. This is Ine. South Ine. If you left this to me, I'd be like, what does the accent mean there? I'd probably settle on we Neil or we Neil. You but apparently it's what did I say? Ine. And you probably have to say it with the right cadence and stuff, not like Ine. Anyway, back to Ogonacht. Let's do some actions. Yeah, so we only have 1 person left, or 1 people left to convert. However, to do that, I have to get the druid out of the way. So how I can play this, I could, well, first let's see what the math looks like. Actually, I don't know what the math is, because how it works is I try to convert the druid, and then I flip him. And then I see what minus he has. He could have like -4 like this person here, or it could be whatever. I don't know what it is. I don't really know the range even of what's possible because I'm new to the game. But what do you think, Bob? Should I give it a 2 prepared and then a convert? Actually, let's check my abilities too. Because I am Palladius, I can also do 1 free build each turn. So what I could do is build a level 0 church here. The way the churches work.
Build it with your bare hand.
My bare hands. I'm going to show you these church tokens real quick. I have them off to the side. You basically build these 1 level. Let's find the camera. 1 level at a time. And this is called a level 0 church. The level 0 church, if it's in the area, it does nothing. Except it can be upgraded to a level 1 church, which adds 1 to your conversion attempt. And also then that can be upgraded to level 2 and then level 3. And so ultimately you could have a +3 to your roll if you have that level 3 church. And Stu is talking about kneeling before Zod. And Stu says the level 0 church is one that offers $50 to be converted. I guess since it's a free action, I might as well do it. There's a limitation though. You can't build in the same area twice in a turn. So I can't just go, well, I'll get my free build of 0 and then spend 3 actions getting it all the way up to level 3 church. It would have to be one at a time. I don't remember where you're supposed to actually put this. I guess it doesn't really matter. And I'm not really sure what this circle with the 1 to 4 means. So it makes me wonder if that's where it's supposed to go. But I don't know. I'm just going to put it here. So I built that church that does nothing yet. It's the foundation, perhaps.
You just have a foundation for a church.
Exactly. All right.
Like a hut, maybe.
It's a hut, yeah. Like a literal stone foundation. All right. So I'm going to try to... I'm going to do what I said. 2 preps. Give me +2, and then do a convert. So let's see what this druid actually is. Let's see who's behind the mask. Ha ha ha! Oh, it's a Wimby druid, -1. Okay, so he's not very devout in his paganism. So what we do is, you probably don't really need this track here, but it's supposed to make life easy, I guess. What you do is we start with what do we start with? Start with the -1 because that's what the druid is. And then we add in the 2 that I spent, the 2 for my preparation, and it becomes an auto succeed. So I definitely overdid it, but I didn't know what to expect. And now I'm just going to verify that the leader doesn't help the druid. I'm pretty sure that's the case. And I think this simple diagram here shows that. So basically the chief doesn't make my life harder in converting the druid because the arrows don't point in that direction. The chief only protects the people, essentially. So I automatically convert the druid. He is removed from the board. And that was my turn because I just kind of way over prepared.
The church goes on there.
Goes on where?
Because it says druid/church.
Oh, I think that's right. I had to knock down the druid before I could have done that. So I had to reverse the order, basically.
Doesn't matter. Probably.
Yeah, it doesn't matter in this turn, but now it's good that I remembered the rule since you pointed out the way it's labeled. Okay. So that was my turn.
All right.
And that means next up it is Rob Bob's turn. Let me just make sure I'm not missing something. I'm supposed to pass the turn. This is the stupid thing. Look at this thing. They give you what looks like a bishop from chess. And this thing's sole purpose is it's the current turn marker. If for some reason you can't remember whose turn it is, you're supposed to pass along this bishop. I don't know what's with that, but they give you that. It's not quite a bishop. It doesn't have like the notch on the top. So here you go. You have to have the bishop,
right.
Rob.
So my bishop goes diagonally and takes all these pagans.
Yeah. Oh, so I was supposed to remove Arthur, King of the Britons, and put him in the Scottish deck for some reason. Dry spell goes here.
So he's in Scotland now.
Let me switch the view. Scroll over. Dry spell is the key card now. And let's check on the chat. Mark McClure. Oh, they're talking about Superman and Mark McClure and Doug McClure's brother. What about Troy McClure? I'm actor Troy McClure. You may remember me from such educational films as Here Comes the Metric System. Anyway, you can go ahead, Rob.
So
draw an event card.
So I draw one of these cards.
Put it here. Let's show it to everybody.
It says...
It's hard to find the camera. The way I have everything oriented, it's weird. What does it say?
Local skirmishing. It's not focusing.
Yeah.
It's hard to...
I know.
So...
There we go. Sometimes it focuses on your hand. If your hand is at the same level.
Sustained battle. There.
All right. So lose 1 zeal. Oh, this is terrible.
Remove a church from the area you're in.
If any. Okay, so you have to lose a zeal.
And the bottom one happens?
So now you're going to put it down here.
What does this happen?
The yellow one, which points to successful skirmish. Let's do one thing at a time, though. Lose 1 zeal.
So just me or?
Just you. So your zeal is the second box of
Does
3, right?
do my actions go down?
No, because you still have 3.
Okay.
And so this says, yeah, we're going to see the arrow points to this top one, which says, let's see if I can get it to focus. Successful skirmish. Remove the current High King. Wow, interesting. Promote the chief from the area you are in to High King. Replace the chief. Okay, it's just shuffling things around at this early stage in the game.
That shouldn't matter really.
Hey Arturo, how's it going? Arturo says, "Where's ET?" I've been, yeah, in our Discord channel. I saw somebody had posted a fake April Fool's video of a fictional ET2, the Atari 2600 game. So I was joking in my Discord channel that I was gonna play that. And I sit on a throne of April Fools. Like, this is actually not even a game. I'm gonna say April Fools, and then I'll be like, "What, you idiot?"
You just end the stream.
End the stream right there. That's just kidding. This isn't even real.
You just made this up.
This is your dream. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, this kind of effect that's happening right now is pretty silly right now. But basically, what we do is first we remove the High King. So let's I guess we'll scroll around. This is the High King. He's a very weak one, so it's unfortunate that he's going away. He has a -1. He goes off the board, I guess. And then it says, promote the chief from the area you are in to High King and replace the chief. So Rob Bob is right here in South Ine. And the chief here steps up. He's actually strong. He becomes the new High King. And now we have to draw a random new
Now we can
chief.
just ignore this bishop or this druid. We can just ignore him.
Why can we ignore the druid?
We don't have to get past
No.
him to convert the chief.
Well, I'm replacing the chief right now.
Oh, you're replacing it. Okay, I didn't realize.
Okay. All right, so that was the event. And now you can do your 3 actions.
All right.
So yeah, Arturo.
So next turn, since my zeal went down, would my actions also go down?
So your zeal is still 3. See the number 3?
So then,
So you have 3 actions.
but you have 3 too?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have character cards that are kind of out of view. So you might put them into view once in a while, basically.
All right. So I can convert people, remove, rebuild a church, or make
Right.
a relic.
So
I guess I just convert people.
yeah, you'd have to start with the druid, and this is a tough place you're in, kind of, because you have 5 different people, and the numbers are pretty insane. I think -6 is probably as strong as they go, but I guess you got to start somewhere. You would have the chief influencing. You have to take out the druid first, as usual. And when you try to take out this chief, you actually have the king influencing. So he's protecting. Well, you have everybody. You have the High King protecting the king, who's protecting the chief, who's protecting the people. So this is like the hardest area.
Should I go for the king first?
But just to be clear, it's not like transitive. So if you take out the people, if you try to convert people, only the chief applies. It's not like all of them apply. Everybody only helps their immediate reports.
Right, okay. So I could do like the king or something. Can I?
I think so. I'd have to let me check the rule. The druid protects, kind of blocks you from converting at least the people, but it might block you from converting everybody.
I thought it was just this guy because they're like on the same thing. I don't know. Are you
saying the druid? You think the druid only?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, it protects all the people for sure. I know that. But let me just clarify. It'd be good to know for sure how it works. It's kind of an important thing to know. Let's see. This is the boring part where I have to check the rules. You have to fill in the dead air, Rob, with reciting alphabet in Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can practice your Japanese.
No one here speaks Japanese. Except for Niten Ichimusai.
Okay, it says no You can try to. You have to try to convert the druid first. No other converted attempts may be made in an area until the druid has been removed or his value is known. Or his value is known.
Okay.
What about if his value is known? Then you can do other things. Maybe. Guess so. I don't know. It seems weird. Let me. I gotta figure it out. Kind of important. Does the reference card make it clear at all?
No. No, it doesn't mention it really.
Okay. Yeah, this is actually it's getting a little confusing. Kings are a special case. They are modified by the worst modifiers in the areas in their province. There's a druid in one area in their province. He will take precedence and nullify a church in another area in their province. Well, we'll get to that when we worry about converting a king, I guess. Let me just read from the start about converting. Each convert attempt costs 1 action point. You may spend action points to prepare before your convert attempt. Each action point spent to prepare provides a +1 modifier to your attempt. Remember, you must reserve at least 1 action point after spending points on preparation for the conversion attempt. Unlike people and leaders, you do not know the value of a druid when you first try to convert him. Consider his level of influence to be unlimited, whatever that means. You must commit to the convert action and spend any prepare actions before turning over the druid marker to find out its value. No other convert attempts may be made in an area. Yeah, it seems like you just have to flip the druid before you can convert anybody else. So you have to go for the druid first, okay. And if you succeed, then great. If you don't, then you can apparently move on to others later.
All right.
Okay. So sorry about that detour, but there are probably going to be many of those.
I guess I'll try to convert him then.
Oh, so Arturo is he's going to hack YouTube, and in Dia de los Inocentes, or that's their version of April Fools, make Mark believe that he reached how many 20 million subscribers? It's a lot of zeros. Cool. And Ryan said just make cat videos and it'll happen naturally, essentially. All right, cool. So what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to convert the druid.
And look at your ability. I think you have a +1 to convert. That's pretty powerful, Patrick.
Yeah.
What's the other one? You can teleport me to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For 1 action.
Patrick can beam me up, but he can just get a +1 to all converts, which is pretty strong.
Right, so I'll flip him.
Well, hold on. Do you want to do any prepares or just go for it?
No, I'm gonna flip him.
Yeah, okay, go for it.
The other one was 1, so I mean.
Doesn't mean it's gonna be a 1.
I know.
All right, let's see what it is.
Oh, this one's harder.
It is a -4. Okay.
So I gotta roll a die now. So it's like a -3, basically, because my +1.
Yeah. So this is my card, but it's all the same essentially. What we do is we start with the -4 because that's what the druid is, and then because Patrick gets the bonus of 1, we're here, and it is a 4, 5, or 6 to successfully convert. 3 means nothing happens. 2 or 1 means you lose a zeal, Rabba, which would suck. But
right.
Go for it.
So I need a 4, 5, or 6.
Try to roll in the view if you can, without knocking everything over. Okay, that is a 4. You did it.
All right.
Ta-da!
So I get rid of him.
Yeah, chuck that druid. No. Now you can build a church on his corpse.
Do you have a place to put them? Just here?
Yeah, just shove them aside. Stu says, can you do that for me, Arturo, regarding the hack?
So now I have 2 more actions, right?
Yeah, that was a pretty good start, for sure.
So I could go for the chief.
Yes.
Or maybe I should go for like the 2 people right here. I don't know.
The -2.
Is it
Shall we look up how the influence would work there? Chief would give what?
1 probably, right?
Uh,
I don't know. I just assumed it was 1.
I'm not really sure. Let me check. Yeah, why didn't it say on that card? It should say what the plus is or the minus.
Pretty easy to convince people to become Christian in this game.
I guess it sounds more appealing than their current religion.
No, I've been sick this week a little bit. Just coughing.
There's also a thing, by the way, if you fail against a druid, a dolmen appears, which is like an extra -1 in the area. Now, dolmen is apparently an ancient, I don't know, stone monument or something whose power awakens when you fail to convert the druid. And it's kind of funny that the game does take this approach of actual conflicting supernatural powers. Not that it's just like it doesn't take a secular approach to it. It's like it actually says like prayers are doing magic and the druids' ancient powers are activating and things like that. So, anyway, what were we looking up? The modifier, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why they never have. They always make rules like they don't clearly. They sometimes have handy references like this, but then they don't have like the clear information that you really want to look for. You have to go searching. Boop, 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 boop. I can tell you how hierarchy works a million times, it feels like. But what is the freaking difference? What is the number? What is the math here? Oh. Going by this paragraph here, I think it's whatever the minus is for the chief. Slide the marker to, this is saying how you slide that marker when you're figuring out what you need to roll. Slide the marker to the left for all negative influences. For example, if the -3 pagan people are in an area with a -2 pagan chief, slide the marker 2 boxes to the left to the -5 box. So it looks like
okay, so it's there.
An extra -3 modifier. Oof.
And nothing affects the High King?
Well,
Except for
influenced by the items that are with him in the southern Ine area. Druid or church, any relics, graves, or dolmen. So basically, the druid could have actually helped protect the High King, but you could go for the High King. Please don't play with the cord.
okay. So I guess
Am I going straight for the High King?
yes, go for the king. So that's
A dolmen like from Star Trek. I don't know what that means to.
so that's a -3. This guy.
Yeah, and nothing would help him. It's kind of funny that it's easier to take on the High King.
So that's a -3, but then it's -2 because my +1.
Correct.
So then it's a higher than 2 to succeed.
Yeah, let's show the track just to
Yep.
show the viewing audience. So the High King starts right where this thing is here. So it's 4, 5, or 6 converts. 3 is fail with no penalty. 1 or 2 is fail with penalty. But Rob Bob is Patrick, who's a master pagan converter. So it's the same thing, but here. Basically, 3 or up is success. 2 is fail with no penalty. 1 is fail with the penalty. All right, give it a roll.
I'm just trying not to.
You can just roll off to the side and I'll show it.
Oh. Okay.
All right, success.
Yeah.
The paganism marker has left the building. All right, so yeah, the High King is now Christian.
Okay.
And now
I have one more turn.
But now look what he has. I have to remind myself of how this works. It's actually a +2 Christian High King. I guess that would add +2 to your conversion attack?
Maybe it's against what, like the regular king?
Probably. I think that's how it works. It would seem intuitive anyway.
Alright. And so that would be, who's the king? This guy?
Yes.
So that would be instant convert.
Let me just verify this. I mean, it seems like that would be how it works. It almost seems too easy though.
There's a lot of people to convert.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's just go with that. It seems common sense. It's just I wish they really explained things better.
Okay. So that's instant, right? Because
Like, you're not in the same area.
oh wait, so
The dot. So this is
okay.
let's go over the board again. Each board has well, this is Ireland then and now has 4 provinces. One, oh, you can't see. Let me show the viewing audience. We have province 1. This is their name. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But each province in the game has a few different areas. This one with the orange border has 1, 2, 3. Let's go for the pronunciation. North Ine. This one is pronounced Edgivwa. Yes, really, this is pronounced Edgivwa. I would have said Ergiala or something, but it's Edgivwa. And this one is pronounced Alud. Anyway, we don't need to go through each one, I guess. But this one has 3. This province has 2. This province has 2. This province has 2. And so you can't convert somebody in another area within the same province, but the influence still applies of the kings, I believe it said, to any area in the province.
Okay.
Okay, so where were we?
So I don't know if it's worth it to, just because I'd have to spend my turn going over there. But then if I went over, I can't convert him because there's a druid.
Right.
So maybe it's just better to go for like
a chief?
The chief or the people. Probably the chief, right? I guess so.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you were trying to target the king, so the chief would be easier, though, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you do have to move to the king first and knock out the druid.
I'll just move.
Wait, but you have the ability, right, to summon me too?
Yeah, that costs my. Would that be good?
I don't know. It might be. You spend one action to beam me up, Scotty.
This place,
beam me up, Patrick.
Like this area would become easier if there's more of us here, probably.
Yeah.
So maybe I do that.
On the other hand, is it worth my finishing off my place I'm in first? I don't know if it matters a lot. But...
You could go back there later.
So my place, what I'm thinking of, I just have one more person to get, but does it really matter if I nail that down? It's not like I get anything special if I do that. I don't get a pile of money or something. And Ryan says, I like the art style of the game. Cool, Ryan.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I wish Ireland was real. So I think I'm gonna beam you up, I guess.
Okay, you're gonna beam me up. And so let's just think it through though. Then the plan would be I basically just help get rid of the king and the druid over here. Okay.
Right. So his area, it says, so that means this, like...
That specific area.
Yeah.
And you can be, you're supposed to be keeping track of your action points by sliding this thing down. So remember how many you used.
Alright, that was the last one. I used 2 before that, and then that was the last one.
Right, okay. Well, that was a pretty productive turn, though. You knocked out the druid and the high king.
Yeah.
But here I am. Hello, I am in South Ine as well. Of course, the dice are green. Yeah, and the die has a shamrock for the 1. It's not a 4-leaf clover, though.
That's because 1 is not lucky in this game.
That's true. 1 is not lucky in this game. That's usually bad.
Least lucky one.
All right, so that was your turn. Now it's back to my turn. Let's zoom over, pan over to the cards again. This goes here. I'm wondering if I'm forgetting what's supposed to advance the paganism track, or is that just triggered by cards? Let me see if I can check on that quick. I think it's probably just the cards. Great Britain begins the game entirely Christian. Markers are used to track the advance of paganism in Scotland, Strathclyde, and England. Game ends the instant the advance of paganism indicator reaches the game end box. I don't know. I think I'm missing anything. Yeah, if the event cards are going to say advance to paganism. We don't know how fast it's going to happen. It could be we never draw a card as that advance to paganism marker. It could be we have like 3 in a row and suddenly the pagans are zooming through Great Britain. And Ryan says, "Oh, awesome! I've often wanted to collect dice with my cards." Cool. Yeah, dice are fun to collect. You can get into all the special polyhedral dice that games like D&D use, or I have some of those, but you probably saw my dice video. I mostly focus on just 6-sided dice. Anyway, yeah, so it's my turn. Let's draw a card. And let's scroll back up here. And what do we get? We got notable harvest. At the top it says prayer was expected to increase nature's bounty. Is this good for the pagans or me? Let's find out. I guess it depends on the arrow. Let's put it down here. And the arrow is pointing to this green one here. Good harvest. Flip any one pagan people in the area you're in to its Christian side. Oh, that's nice.
1. So that means they're...
We can do the -6.
Oh, people. Okay.
What do you think it
I
meant?
thought it meant like their belief was 1 or something. The minus was 1.
No, we're going to flip
So
the
-6 guy.
yeah, it's a no-brainer, right?
Yep.
All right, this once staunchly pagan group of people is now Christian
Because of harvest.
because of harvest. You would think that they're, the pagans were big into that kind of harvest stuff, and their sacrifices. And all. I guess it's different kinds of pagans, so I don't know for sure. But
in Ireland.
But yeah, I'm actually thinking of the movie The Wicker Man, not the one with Nicolas Cage, where they had to sacrifice somebody, burn them in the Wicker Man to improve their harvests. And it's basically a cop trying to investigate them from mainland Britain. I think he goes to an island off Ireland actually, and they basically trap him. They want him to sacrifice him, and he tries to argue that they should be Christian and stuff like that, but he doesn't really do a good job, like what we're doing here. He winds up in the Wicker Man. Anyway, I guess I just spoiled the movie. That one's a good one, by the way, the original Wicker Man. Yeah, so my turn now. I can do once again 3 actions. I wonder if anything increases our zeal. Am I missing that, or is it just when like cards say you increase zeal? Yeah, I don't think anything in the core game mechanics actually increases your zeal, unfortunately. All right. By the way, the rule if you roll a 6 while you're converting, you get to remove a dolmen. I think that's what I just saw. You don't have any dolmens yet, but good to know. Okay. And again, those dolmens are the ancient, I don't know, structures or whatever, ancient pagan structures that regain their power when a druid fends off your conversion attempt. But yeah, let's see what I'm gonna do. I am the orange guy here. I am belated, and I do get a free build each turn, so I might as well build unless I plan on moving.
Build the church.
Right? Yeah, we're not gonna knock out this area on my turn right now. So what I was thinking is is it worth building elsewhere potentially? Nah, let's just build now, I guess.
You could build here, go there, and then get that druid maybe.
Sorry?
I'm just trying to think of what you do.
Oh, alternatives?
No, like for your whole turn.
My whole turn. Yeah, I could build here. I'll just get that out of the way. I'm reaching for my level 0 church.
The druid at the bottom in Legend.
It's pronounced
Lion,
actually. Lion.
And then I could go get the king there maybe.
Okay, so you're suggesting I go to Lion and knock out the druid for you?
Yeah.
Right, and then I can...
Because they were going like in order.
Yeah, if I can get rid of the druid, then we can work on that. Then we can knock out the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that case, is it worth my deferring this building, the church? I don't think it matters a whole lot.
Well, it's just building it up there or down there.
Yeah. it could be useful to have it here for later because we have to dig
Yeah,
through
there's a 6 minus 6.
some really solid pagans there. Yeah. All right, so why don't we'll do that build. I'll move here. That's one move, and I only have 2 more. Maybe 1 prep and then 1 convert on the druid.
Wasn't moving one?
That is 1, yes.
Okay.
That's why I can only do.
Oh, you have
2
3.
more.
Okay.
All right, let's do that. You can also exchange cards. Some of the cards that you draw are things that you hold on to that give you some kind of a power or something. I have faint power. And Ryan says, "Do you know the guy getting a Godzilla pinball machine well enough to be invited to play it?" I do, but he is in San Francisco. He used to live here in New York, and I worked with him, but he moved to San Francisco, and he also got laid off, so I don't even really have that work connection to him. But we just kind of keep in touch via Facebook and stuff once in a while. But yeah, he loves pinball. He's apparently really good at it. He used to play in local tournaments, stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, let's go for this druid. I'll do 1 prep and then 1 convert attempt. All right, let's do it. Here it is. The druid is how powerful he is. How powerful is it? Oh no, it's a -5. That's 1 powerful druid. Oh crap.
Okay.
Are you a Godzilla fan? Asked Ryan. Not especially. I do like Godzilla, but I wouldn't call myself a fan. I never really sat down and watched any of them as an adult until when I was dating my wife. I was like, we were like thinking of movies to rent from the library, and I was like, yeah, why don't we get Godzilla? That's the original one, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. She did too. But you have to kind of forget all those, cliches that people make fun of and stuff.
No.
To get those out of your head, then you can enjoy the movie better. If you're not trying to make fun of it. Anyway, I had Zeal here.
You had 4 Zeal.
My action points are
3
0 at the moment. Actually, I'm using the last one. Anyway, so where are we? We start with -5. Ouch. But I prepped for 1, so it's at this, and essentially that means 4 is a tie, 5 or 6 I win, 1, 2, or 3 the druid beats me. All right, not good, but the reason why it's not good is because when you fail, you lose a zeal. And also the druid gets one of these ancient monument things, whatever they're called, the dolmens or something. So my zeal, if you look at it, Palladius, both Palladius and Patrick, who we chose, start with penalties to their zeal. This is where I start as Palladius. If I lose 1 zeal, I'm just 1 from death. That's just how it is. So anyway, let's roll. Let's see. Let's try to find a place where I can roll comfortably. Maybe right here. So let's just not get a 1, 2, or 3. Hopefully. 6. Yeah, take that, you freaking druid. This mighty powerful druid cannot withstand the preaching ability, or the term they use a lot in the samples of play is there's like this whole playbook that has examples of play. And it also has all the lore, like all the history and the descriptions of all those things. It's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind reading it sometime. It describes Arthur, King of the Britons, for a while. But I didn't get a chance to read through all this yet. I wouldn't mind looking through that at some point. Anyway, but where I was going with that is in the samples they use the word debate. So apparently I'm just challenging, or we're challenging these druids to like religious debates, and we're good at convincing them that Christianity is the way and that they're wrong. So this druid, he was really powerful, but he fell over to my superior debate abilities. Now I am the president of the debate club.
These debates are pretty good at convincing people.
All right. Yeah, I feel like if you like roll a 6 or something, you should get a zeal back, but it doesn't work like that. But yeah, I totally clobbered that druid, figuratively speaking. I guess that's the turn though, right? That was all my action. I did 1, then I did prep, I did 2, and then try to convert, which is 3. So, back to you, Rob Bob. Let's go over here. This is the new key card.
Draw
a card.
So we get Discord among the Saints.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. We'll get it. We'll get it sometime.
Hold on. Okay. So you or another saint in your
Oh,
area must lose 1 zeal.
well, I'm not in your area, so it has to be you.
Okay. And then how does this work? It's this arrow.
No, so this is the key card. The key card has the arrow that points to
Okay.
the event card that you just drew. So it's gonna like line up like this, and we're gonna read this thing here. So why don't you knock down your zeal first, so you don't forget.
So I'm at 1 away from death.
Yeah. And what it says is, all other saints in the same area with you must be relocated to other areas chosen by that player. They may go to the same or other areas.
So not me.
So this is basically a discord among the saints. We're all arguing or something, and bad things happen if they're in the same area as you. But nobody's in the same area as you. Luckily, I moved away. And Ryan says you should yell, "I kick ass for the Lord," like the priest from Dead Alive. That will convert them all. That was one of the best lines from that movie. It probably was the single best line from that movie.
They all discovered the messaging software Discord.
Discord, yeah. Okay, so that was terrible. I wish there was a way to actually get it. By the way, if you die, it's not game over. What you can do is in this deck, there are additional saint cards. There are 6 in this deck. They're shuffled in. We don't know when they're going to come up. If you draw one, you get to keep it. And that guy is a follower of yours. Then if you die, the new saint replaces you and you're still going along okay. However, if you die without a saint that's following you, what you do is you take off your saint because he's dead, and you just have a generic acolyte following you who has no special abilities. In this case, this guy with the beard who looks kind of like me, he would be my acolyte if I died. And so this is kind of like the last life, though. If you lose the acolyte, it's game over. Anybody loses their acolyte, it's game over. And also, he's kind of weak because, again, he doesn't have any special power. So ideally, you want to have a backup saint.
Okay.
But really, it's just the luck of the draw. If you don't get one, you don't get one. And Stu says, I like orange drink, aka Trenya. What? I think I'm missing something.
So he moved the.
I guess I don't know what Trenya is.
So I'm gonna move this to where I am.
All right. So we're back in South Ine.
So
So
I'm gonna go
take out the king.
hit this
right?
king. That should be free because it has a +2. So that's 1 and 2. It's free.
The second action. But do you only have 2 action because of your
I should have
zeal?
3, right?
What's your zeal?
2.
So you have
So
2
it's
actions.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right. Well, that's still good. Yeah, you got to move and auto kill the king. I mean, auto convert.
We're
That's
not
fun.
killing them. We're just
Not
converting
killing them. We're sure it was auto, right? You did the math?
Yeah.
Okay.
This 2, and then this guy has +2.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, how should we play this now? It's my turn. I could work on the area I'm in, or I could step back over here. I also have the ability, by the way, to teleport to Oganot, because that's my homeland or something, I guess. And I can always work on there pretty easily if I get the urge to do so.
Yeah, you can always teleport to your homeland.
I have teleport ability. That's my saintly
I
power.
also have teleportability.
You can teleport me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter a whole lot. We probably want to take out these 2 chiefs. I don't know. I guess I'm faster than you in a sense because I have 3 action. Maybe I should step over here and work on him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could also build up this church with my free build, or I could build it here. I don't know what's better. I guess this place is more challenging because it has more people, and including the 5 and the 6.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas over here, we're actually a little cut off. Let's scroll. Over here, our people. The people are only -1, -4, and -4. So these people are more resistant pagans.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna move here, get my free build. Then I'll have a level 1 church. I still have 2 actions at that point, but the church is gonna give me a bonus of 1 for all conversion attempts, which is nice. The High King though doesn't rule over the people, so he doesn't help us. Same thing with this king. But it does. But he would help against. Yeah, he would help when I try to convert the chief, right? That's what we said. Yeah, just to show this card again. So this king is now Christian. So when I try to convert this chief right here, I get the king's bonus. And I left my my messenger on. So probably my friend Scott is sending me stupid things. No, my friend Kevin is sending me things. I won't say things he says are stupid. Only my friend Scott says stupid things. I hope Scott's watching just so he hears me say that. Last time Scott watched though, he was watching me play Impossible Mission for Commodore, and he was like, "Man, 80s games suck," and he left and never came back. And I was like, "All right, Scott, thank you for that." Anyway, I'm not bitter against you, Scott.
Criticism.
Yeah. So let's do what I said. Basically, I'm gonna go over here. That's one. Build a church for free because I can. Now we have a cubic church. It is the shape of a cube. It was originally a disc.
Transform the circle foundation into a square foundation.
Yeah. So now we have 2 more actions. It's even worth prepping because the king is gonna add 2, so that seems like it's really good.
Wait, to who are you converting?
Converting the chief.
I don't know.
Okay, so basically the +2 makes this sort of a -1, which would put me at I tie if I roll a 1. Be here. I tie if I roll a 1. If I do prepare once, it would make it an auto convert. I think I'm gonna not do the auto convert.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tempted to say auto kill because in like games like Talisman, if you have enough strength, you just auto win. It's called an auto kill. But I'm not killing anybody. So what I could do is try to convert him. Try not to roll a 1. If I do roll a 1, I'll just try again.
Yeah, try your hardest.
No
not
penalty.
To roll 1.
If I convert him, I can then work on the leftmost person, I suppose. So let's do that. Yeah, anything but a 1. The excitement of dice rolling should not be off camera. So we're going to slide this.
We're not flipping the dice around.
Got a 2. That's all I needed. Take that, you chief. And now look how easy it is going to be to work on the people because it is a +3 chief.
For everybody.
So all these people are going to be easy pickings. Come to Jesus, my pretties.
That's your turn? Or
No, I get 1 more action still.
Right.
I'm not sure if you have to start with the end or not. Is there any reason that you would want to? Yeah, I guess there would. I'm wondering. I don't know. It doesn't. I would probably start with the 2 anyway, but I'm wondering if you can select any of them or do you start at the weak one? I guess you could probably select any of them.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
But anyway, there's no reason for me to not start at the 2 though.
So you knock on their door. You say, "Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?"
Exactly, and they say, "I heard a couple of things. Doesn't he like let me live forever or something?" Yeah, all right, that sounds good. So I'm going to attack you, pagan, and I'm already at the +2 because the church and the chief, and as you can see on this track, anything 0 or positive is an auto convert. So we do that, and this guy is now a Christian. And that is my turn. Back to you, Bob.
All right.
Let's pass the bishop around.
Even though it was already by me. All right. So I get to draw my card.
I can see this moving pretty quickly once you get the hang of it. It seems like it's mostly straightforward. It's mostly these event cards that mix things
All right,
up.
I think this one's a good one.
All right, let's see it.
So
Divine intervention.
Wait.
You shouldn't go that close.
Yeah, it's hard to.
God is on your side, but His will
be done.
His will be done.
Okay, so
Gotta line it up down here.
So it is
The bottom effect.
Which is you may take any card from the discard pile and play it at the blue level, or keep it if it can be kept, or take a random gift of the spirit card.
Sounds good. So what this means is he can look through any of these cards here. If one of them is a keeper card, most of them are not, it seems. Those are special cards you can keep and then use their ability later on in the game. None of them are keepers, so that's not a thing. But what we could do is he could look at any of these 4 cards in the discard and look at the bottommost effect, and we could make that happen. Or what I'm tempted to suggest, but you should probably look through this deck to remind yourself what's available. But another thing you can do is there are these cards to the side that I didn't know how they get used because the rules didn't say, but they are called Gift of the Spirit. So we could draw one at random, or Rabov could draw one at random,
All right.
and presumably it would give him something cool, give him Jesus powers.
I think we should do that.
I know I'm making these jokes. I hope it's not offensive, Ryan, or anyone Christian. I'm just kind of having fun, but I don't mean anything against Christianity or Jesus.
Well, let me just look at what these are. These blue ones.
Sure, take a look at them. Yeah, you want to review those?
So I can each other saint in the same area with you can go to another area. Their choice. That's not very good.
I say get a gift to the spirit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Flip any 2 pagan people in your area to
That's not good.
Christianity. Replace the chiefs in your area.
We have no chief in the area.
Perfect
Oh
weather.
no, you do have the chief. Sorry.
I could do the perfect weather flip,
Which one was that again?
right? What?
Perfect. Well, flip any 2 pagan people.
So
Okay.
I could do that twice, but
You do it twice. Oh, there's 2 different
there's 2 of them,
options.
yeah. But I think I want to do this one.
Ryan says it's board game that breaks Mark and I cyber French.
I
Okay, they're not shuffled, but I guess it doesn't matter.
already drew it.
Okay, fine. What'd you get?
Call of the Faithful.
Call of the Faithful.
Move
Move.
any saint.
Focus. Move any saint to your location for 1 action. Okay, so you have that ability now.
Okay. Is this just a? I already have that
You
ability.
already have that. Yeah, that sucks. Oh, well. It's
I
redundant.
can't give it to you.
I don't think so.
Well, I get to keep it, so.
Yep.
I should have just converted 2 people.
There's a limit to the number of these keeper cards you can have. It depends on the number of players. I think for us it's 3. Yeah, it says actually down here. Look at your
Yeah, I
character.
see.
So I guess if you get a 4th one, you could probably toss that redundant one.
Right.
I think that's how it works. All right. Yeah, we got 2 viewers and 1 like. All right, so we're not doing super hot here.
Yeah.
The hours of prep this took. Oh, that's fine. I don't expect there to be a horde of
So-
people wanting to watch an obscure board game.
I can convert the chief
Where are we here?
for
Here.
free.
Let's zoom in on the action.
Okay. I can convert 3 people for free, really, because
Can you?
I convert the chief for 2, or I get +2 to the chief, and then my +1, so that's free, right?
Right, because you have Patrick powers.
So this,
Patrick.
so you just get to flip that. That's 1 turn.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. Ryan says you made Arturo Stew and I.
Okay, so this is only +1.
Meanwhile, the Jewish people are like, what's going on over there? Oh, sorry. What was it? You converted him?
Yeah.
All right. So that was an auto convert on the chief.
Mhm. And I guess the people.
that was, you just have 1 more action, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, 1 more. Yeah.
Can you auto convert even the 4s here?
I don't know about the 4s. I think the 1s I can.
What would the 4s be? I wonder if you go for
That
it.
would be 2, right?
So you would have
+1, so +2.
Right. So it would be at -2. Meaning 3 or higher converts, 2 is a tie, 1 is a fail.
If I fail, I die.
You fail, you die.
I don't know if it's worth the risk.
All right, just do the number.
Or I
one,
should
I
just
guess.
like prepare next turn.
Yeah. So just knock out one of the
Yeah,
ones.
let's just get the free one.
The next turn you can do a prep and knock out one of the 4s without risk to your life.
And that's my turn.
Okay, cool. Back to the decks in the top right. What's my card? Eager followers. What does it say at the top? A future saint among the followers. All right, so we're lining it up with the blue, which says, search for a saint as above, or search the discard pile for any card that can be saved, or draw a random gift to the spirit card. I go for gift to the spirit. I like the idea of just having these powers. But when it says search for a saint as above, I guess it means if you look by the orange ability, it says search the deck for any saint and keep the card, then shuffle it. So that's good because, as I mentioned before, once you draw you have to draw one of the 6 saints that are in this whole deck to get a extra life, sort of. That you get your saint replaced when you die. So that might be a good thing to do. I wish you could have this, but it doesn't work like that. I kind of also like the gifts of the spirit, but I think probably having a saint following me is probably important. All right, so let's do that. I'm going to grab a saint for any saint. I'm not going to go looking. The 6 in the deck, I could get picky and try to look up all their powers and choose the one I like most, but I'm just going to go fast. And the first saint I find, I'm going to pick him. Banshees. There can be banshees. See, so I told you the supernatural stuff. The pagan banshees can make you lose a zeal. The wailing of the banshee spirits. All right, let's look up a saint. Here we go. Ibar. Is that how you say it? I'm going to have Saint Ibar following me. If you look at the top, it says he has +1 to convert druids and +1 to convert leaders. So he doesn't have a bonus to convert people, but that's pretty good still. So he's going to follow me, Ibar. And now I have to just mix up these cards. I didn't really look at them that much, but I'll give them a little mix to be fair. I did see the Banshees were kind of towards the top. We don't want to have them come and get us, so I'm going to put them on the bottom. No, I'm trying to be fair. Give it a little bit of a mix. All right. So now we do the main part of the turn. Let's convert. Yeah, we're still hanging out in this Eastern Ireland area. Nobody's gone to Northern Ireland at all. That's okay. We'll get there, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking about strategically. Does it really make a difference? Should we be like spreading out or focusing on one area, or chopping away at a bunch of areas at once? But I really don't know. It seems to intuitively make sense to like focus all on one area to me.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I have, as usual, my 3 action points because my zeal is 3 still, and I guess I'm gonna keep working on these people. Let's do some math though. So with the church, which I can upgrade right now, as a matter of fact, let's say I do that. Now I have a level 2 church, adding 2 to all my conversion attempts. Plus the power of the +3 leader, that's a +5, meaning anything but the 6 is an auto win, right? And the 6 would mean I just tie on a 1. Does that sound correct?
I don't.
Okay. So let's do the math then. This gives me +2, this gives me +3,
Okay.
it's a +5.
Okay.
Meaning for the 5 or 4, it's an auto win because 0 or better is auto win. And then this one is just a fail if I roll a 1. Yeah, let's do it.
Wouldn't it? So it would make more sense for you to do the 4 and the 5. We can do all of them, right?
I can do all 3, yeah.
So yeah.
Let's go. You're mine now. I mean, you belong to Jesus now. You belong to Jesus now. And then let's just roll for the 6th guy. I could possibly fail without penalty. Would be the worst thing. All right, we got him. It looks like we have completely converted the northern area of South Ine. Woohoo! And we have a decent little church there. All right, we got all these lovely shamrocks in green going on. That's cool. Yeah, so that's my turn. Back to you, Rob.
Okay.
It's funny when you're first learning a game and the turn seems so complicated and procedural, and you're like looking up all the steps, and then you start to get in the flow, and they're just like, oh, I just did my turn. Okay, your turn. Oh, then now it's back to my turn.
Okay.
Your turn.
So I drew my card.
All right, what'd you get?
I got a person.
You got a saint. Oh,
Wait, my hands.
so now you have a saint following you too. That's good.
So +1 to convert leaders, 1 free build each turn.
And her name is, I guess, Monine Abbess of Kilivi.
Okay.
I'm probably pronouncing that
I'm
wrong.
about to die, so.
Yeah, now you have your saint follower and
successor.
backup. Your successor, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, here you are. What are you doing?
Wait, so does that +1 stack on mine?
Sorry, what?
+1, that doesn't stack on mine, right?
She's just following you and her ability doesn't apply, I don't think, until she's the main saint. Right now she's an acolyte of yours.
Okay. So I can try to convert these people here.
Yeah. 4 and a 4.
Which would be like a 2, right? Is there +1 or -1?
You're saying your inherent St. Patrick
Yeah.
+1 plus the Chief +1 gives you a +2, and then it's -2 overall
Yeah.
with these guys because they were -4. Yeah, sounds right.
All right. I guess I can be a little more risky because I have this saint now.
Okay, let's get you an area to roll on right over here.
Okay.
You got
That's
one.
one. And let's go for one more.
Got him.
One more.
Sweet. So we totally Christianized
This area.
this whole province.
The purple one.
The whole province.
Which one's that?
The province consists of 2 areas: South Ine and Lion.
So it's okay.
And whatever this little area with the king represents, we have Leinster.
Leinster.
Leinster
Is
and
that the whole, that's not the whole area. That's just where the king is.
the High King is at Tara. Yeah, the king is at Leinster.
Okay.
All right. Wow. Cool.
So we got 1/4 of the way.
I feel like there should be some kind of prize when you complete. you get a zeal back, or you get to do something cool. I don't know. That's fine.
You get another bishop chess piece.
By the way, when we die, we can put these when we die, we put these grave markers on. Actually, give us a +1 because I guess the saint dying there drums up faith or something. And then what you can do is you can spend an action on a grave marker to make it into a relic, which has a random bonus. So it's +1 by default, but you can make it into a relic, and then I think it's anywhere between 0 and 3 or something like that. So it can actually be worse, essentially. I'm not sure about that. I think I saw a 0 though. But I have to mix this up now because you have to draw randomly. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. When you die, you can actually be more powerful, like in Star Wars.
It's a roguelike, Ryan says.
That makes it almost roguelike. Well, when you die, it becomes more powerful.
Oh, it's a roguelite.
Roguelite, yeah. Roguelike. We need a randomly generated Ireland though, with different provinces. In any case, that was your turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you did your 2 actions because you're 2 deal. All right, my turn. Over to the decks again.
I wonder if it's a strategy to try to die so that you get more actions.
Could be, but you would probably only want to do that if you had
barely any time.
Well, I would say maybe if you had 2 or more saints.
Yeah.
Assuming you can have them, I think you can. I don't see why not. All right, let's draw. We got what is it? Fasting works.
It does.
We have something in Latin at the top that I will not attempt to pronounce. Save this card. Discard it to re-roll any die roll. Oh, that sounds good.
Okay.
Tuck it upside down under your player mat. Why do I have to be upside down? Flip it right side up to re-roll any die roll. Discard it to re-roll. Oh, so it's 2 usages. You can use this twice to re-roll any die roll. That sounds good.
Okay.
Cool. Gotta remember that. All right, now we've been focusing on this one province for so long, we haven't looked at the bigger picture. Let's see. Here's the bigger picture. Yeah, so do you want to split up with me or try to tackle one area
We should go
together?
to the same place, probably. I mean, it worked pretty well here.
What I'm thinking, though, is since I have the ability to teleport to... what's it? Oganot. I could just jump there, get a free build of the church, and finish that off pretty easily, probably. Maybe working together is a good idea. That's a good point. We could just both walk here next turn. I will walk here this turn. You walk there next turn, and we tackle it together. One thing that's interesting to me, that I'm just thinking about this, having played it for several turns now, I feel like, I was comparing this game to Pandemic before. In Pandemic, there would be like the multiplying of the disease in a place if you neglect it for too long. In this game, it doesn't seem like the Pagans multiply if you neglect the area. Hey, thanks, Ryan. Ryan says you nailed the camera. It looks really good. I had so much trouble with this initially. I had to, I know it's not perfect. There is some glare and stuff, but it was so bad initially that I was distraught for a bit, but I just had to play with lighting and camera settings and stuff like that. One of the things I had to change, but I won't get too geeky into it, is the OBS camera app that I use has a bit rate setting. How many kilobytes per second it wants to send over. And if you what I had it on it by default, it was sending way too few, way too little data, so it was making everything look compressed and blocky. You couldn't even see the numbers on these pieces. It was pretty depressing. But I basically spent 90 minutes or so last night just trying to get this to be presentable, and so I'm glad it looks pretty good. And I appreciate the feedback, Ryan, for sure. And Ryan said I played Pandemic on iOS. Oh yeah, it is. It is based on the board. Well, I would assume it is. But yeah, the board game is pretty fun. Pandemic. I did have a game day. I used to have a ton of game days. I had a game day though, like maybe a year ago, and my sister and my brother-in-law are one of my regulars for game days when I have them. My brother-in-law was like, I don't think we should play Pandemic, given the current situation. I was like, all right, fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, this game is similar in a way to Pandemic. But yeah, we're gonna go to, where is this? Asraiga. Sound good, Rob? We'll go to Asraiga.
Sure.
All right, we're gonna head to Asraiga. Let me think about it. We gotta take out the druid first.
Beat him up.
Beat him up the druid. Your natural conversion would be better to take on the druid first, but it's my turn, so
yeah.
I guess I'll just walk over. That's one action. Do a prep. That's two. Try to convert the druid. That's three.
And maybe if you succeed, you could build a.
They can build a church. I'm not seeing multiple messages, Ryan. Ryan says, sorry about the multiple messages. My computer's messy. I don't see that at all, actually. It must just be on your side.
You mean like you say,
you
said I and then.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. One message split up into two. Don't worry about that at all. Don't be. Okay, so we're going to do what we just said. This is my first action, 1. 2, I'm going to prep, which means I don't know if that means I'm like studying or trying to come up with an angle by talking to the people.
Studying your Bible.
Or maybe studying the Bible. Maybe it's like doing a super Saiyan kind of thing, charging up my power. I don't know. But in any case, I am now spending my third action with a +1 against this druid who has. Let's do the zoom in, everybody. Let's do the zoom in. All right, where were we? Oops, no one was that. We are over here in what is it again? Asraiga. Okay. Ever know anybody with the name Siobhan? That name is an Irish name that has the most unintuitive spelling for a name I've ever seen. It's like Ciobhan or something, and it's Siobhan.
We should all just switch to phonetic spelling.
Yeah.
In every language.
All right, anyway, yeah, let's flip this druid because I am converting him. It is a -3 druid. And Ryan says a podcast I listen to, his wife has the name. It's such a. I don't. I'm not knocking this language or anything. I know a lot of people love it too. I just find it very unintuitive. And I have Irish heritage, by the way, so
you're allowed to make.
I'm allowed to make fun of Irish people. Yeah, my last name is actually Irish. I don't usually like to bring it up, but everybody who knows me, who's watching, should know my last name probably.
Yeah, it's weirdly spelled.
It's not that. That's not weird. You think it's weirdly spelled?
Yeah. I've had people call me like Worm one time.
Worm. I'm making jokes without naming the name, but there was it was probably like first grade or something, and I think it was Valentine's Day or Christmas or something, right before Christmas. And so you know how students will bring in cards for everybody. Yeah. So there was one student who was going around giving out the pile of cards. No, actually it was me that time. And there were a few Marks in the classroom, and I saw one that said Mark R. I was like, "Who's Mark R?" And someone said, "That's you." What? No, it isn't. I know my name. Ryan says Worm would be a cool last name. Anyway, yeah, let's roll for this druid. I have a +1, and it has a -3 that comes out to a -2. which means a 2 is a tie. That's we don't need to keep looking at this chart. I mean, the
Yeah.
minus is the number to tie it. -2 meaning I need a 2 to tie it. 3 or higher to beat it. Let's see what happens. All right, we annihilated that druid. The power of Christ compellity. Ah, I repent.
Holy light comes down and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these 6s, they do knock down these special druid monument things, but we haven't actually gotten one yet. These appear every time you lose to a druid. You haven't lost to a druid yet at all.
You're getting pretty lucky so far.
Yeah. But this druid's out of the game.
Then you build a church.
And I can build a church for free, level 0 church.
You tell that druid to get to work building a church.
That's true, Ryan.
I already got one.
Oh, did you take one?
Yeah, and it was negative.
He's negative. He just got a random thing. We don't know. Yeah, sorry. I hope it's not too annoying. He's trying to turn away and cover his mouth, but he can't really help it. So it is what it is, I guess.
I took cold medicine and stuff.
Right. You did do that.
Anyway, I gotta draw a card. Hey, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Right. So I got convocation.
Let's scroll over to this part.
I don't even know what that means, but
Okay, let's show it. Convocation
meeting.
Yeah, it's like a meeting kind of a thing.
No.
Come on, focus. See, sometimes you put your hand above it, it fixes it. Then it goes away again.
Your hand there. All saints to the same area.
Hold on, which direction? Oh, we are at the blue. Okay. Optional meeting. Move as many saints as you like or none into the same area you're in. Okay.
Right. So I don't think we want that, right? Because we're trying to
No, I want you to come to me.
Yeah.
If anything.
So nothing happens really.
Okay. So now take your 2 actions.
All right. So first action, I go over here, right?
Walk and convert.
Should I think first? Should I think first?
What if?
I mean, I guess I have to go over there, really.
Yeah, first it's got to be walk.
All right. So I'm going
When I say
over.
walk, I mean move.
Going over here.
We should be able to like high five our saintly powers and like.
Maybe
we join forces and have stronger conversion power when we're together.
So I'm thinking. I probably either want to go to the this guy right here. That's a chief, or is that a king?
That's a king in the next area.
But his influence is still right here, right?
Yes.
So maybe it's just better to build a church here, and then you go for the king to make it easier next turn.
That's not a bad idea. So you build a church here. It's level 1 church. You're suggesting I go to Oganok, which I can teleport to, by the way, and take out their king?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah, okay. So that gets up. We can get that.
Level 1 church, the cubic churches.
And there's my turn.
Okay, that's it for him.
If I want to prepare, does that count for next turn?
No.
Okay.
You can only prepare for a conversion this turn. What do I get here? Human sacrifice. Yes, this was a thing in pagan Ireland. It says at the top. Okay. Remove and replace 1 pagan people from any. Okay, that's a lot of sacrifice. I get it. It's kind of funny. It's like it's good when pagan sacrifice happened because fewer people to convert, right?
Actually, I just thought of something. So when you prepare,
yep,
wouldn't it be better in most cases to build a church instead? Because that's permanent.
I guess it's just unless you're preparing against a druid, in which case you can't.
Well, yeah.
That's a good point. Or if you have your church maxed out already.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a good thing to keep in mind, I think. Anyway, human sacrifice. Remove and replace 1 pagan people from any area. But also we have an effect, which is going to point to the bottom one, which says very bad druid omens. Uh-oh. Remove 1 druid from... Oh. Okay. Remove 1 druid from any area you're
bad omens for the druid.
Very bad for the druid. Okay, so we get to remove 1 pagan people from any area. Remove and replace. That means we would draw a new one. And so I guess we would pick one that's very strong. And just hope that the random replacement is less strong. And then we can remove 1 druid from any area as well. Wow.
The next one's going to be bad, though. Next one's going to be red. Because the arrow's here.
And I don't know what that really means. Oh, this is. Oh shoot, we didn't move this one over, so it's actually the bad druid one. Remove one druid from the area you're in.
Oh.
Oh, I already removed that druid, so nothing happens. Oh well.
Okay.
But we do get to still remove and replace one pagan people. So who's is there any -6 on the board? Here's one. I guess we'll get rid of this one.
Okay.
But, I'm gonna show the board for now, I guess. Yeah, so this is the one -6 that I see, and therefore we're gonna replace him with a. Hold on, where's the? Oh, they're from this bag.
So the sacrifice people get replaced.
Yes. So here we have a -5. All right, that's a marginal improvement.
All right.
And Ryan said, "Did you ever see SNL De Jesus Unchanged yet?" No, I haven't seen that. It's supposed to be like Django Unchained, I guess. Or did they say De Jesus, not De Jesus? De Jesus Unchanged.
Jesus.
All right. Yeah. So unfortunately, the human sacrifice didn't work out as well as I'd like, but I never said that sentence before. Yeah. So what was the plan? I'm going to go to Oganok and kill the king.
You should just convince them to sacrifice all of themselves.
Yeah.
And then you win.
Hey guys, if you don't want to convert to Christianity, you probably just want to sacrifice yourselves to improve your harvest or something.
Then your gods will be very happy with you.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, let's go here. That's one action. Trying to think where my free. Should I just make the church right now? That would help me out here.
Does it help when it's in a different area?
Well, I'm here.
Oh, that church. Okay. Yeah.
But I could have done this one. We could rewind a little bit. Let's go to our zoom in camera.
I think it'd probably do that one. Circle.
This one? Yeah, all right, let's do that. That's my free build. I'm a good builder. We have a level 1 church. And we're taking out the king, we said, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that would give.
It's a 1, right?
Just a 1 if I don't, do a prep. Yeah, let's just do it. Right, so anything but a 1, and we've nailed the king. And it's a 1, but that's a tie, so we don't have any penalty.
That's good. You're both equally good at debating.
The stalemate debate.
Your ideology.
All right, so I'll use my third action on
religion.
retrying that, I suppose. Yes, just barely did it. Wait, that's what I needed, right, to succeed?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got him. King is a +3. Hooray.
Hurrah.
And now we can take out the chief that much more easily because of the.
Wait, does he get affected by the High King?
Oh, I think he should have.
So yeah, the first one should have.
The High King affect everyone or just the one?
So. I think it's just every king. Yeah, that's what it says. All 4 kings.
Oh, so I got it the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say I have an extra action then.
So he has +2. Yeah.
Right. So it was an auto convert.
So you get an extra turn, basically.
Actually, something weird about the kings that I mentioned in the rule book. This might break things that we've already done, but let's check it out. Good to get it right if we can. But what it says is, let's see if I can get this lined up right. Yeah, it'll be sideways. No, let me just read it. Kings are a special case. They are modified by the worst modifiers in the area in their province. If there is a druid in one area in their province, he will take precedence and nullify a church. This is weird. I don't. Okay, so the kings. I'll just keep reading the paragraph. They're modified by the worst modifiers in there. I don't even know what they mean by worst. By the worst, I guess the one with the strongest negative effect.
One of these 5.
Right.
Where's the? No, whatever.
What he was trying to show with the card.
The white rectangle.
Yeah. All right, let's keep reading. If there is a druid in one area in their province, he will take precedence and nullify a church in another area in the same province. Also, all relic graves and dolmens in the 2 or 3 areas in their province will count when trying to convert a king. Okay, so
Well, there
basically,
hasn't been.
yeah, it doesn't make a difference in this situation. That's long story short. We'll refer to that again if we need to.
Hasn't made a difference because we haven't had any of those things.
Right. Okay, so yeah, now I'm going for the chief, and it's going to be a what? With the church providing a +1, and this king providing a +3. It's an auto convert, I believe, right? 4 gets knocked down to 0. So we now have made the chief Christian, and that is my turn.
All right.
Back to you, Rob. I'm gonna finish Ogonaut next turn, I guess, and you can work on this place you're in, Asraiga.
Okay. So I get the
Asraiga.
chief, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, the
Okay.
king is not helping him now.
So the chief and the king is what, +1?
+3.
+3. Okay, it's 3 then.
So draw your card first.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Oh,
Oh, something bad.
structural collapse.
That sounds bad.
I think
Of the church?
it's gonna destroy the church.
No.
So it's the red one, right?
Yes.
So it said, well, I'll just read it. If there's a church in the area you're in, remove it. You and any other saints in the area lose 1 zeal. I'm dead.
Oh, you're dead. Okay, so this
I guess I
church.
was in the church, and it collapsed and killed me. Should have built that better.
Well, if you go by the mechanics of the game, you just lost your zeal, and you
Died.
had no more religious spirit in you, so you're dead. But this church is gone, and you are gone. However, in your place, Patrick is going to leave a grave marker. Let's draw one at random. Here's St. Patrick's grave. And so long to Patrick. And hello to
Manin.
Manin.
Yeah.
Monin. And let's look at her real close. So her abilities again are +1 to convert leaders and 1 free build each turn. Hey, that's pretty good.
And I had this. Do I still keep this?
I don't know. We'll have to check that out. Let's check the rules for deck.
All right.
Just to make sure we're doing it right. And Ryan said it's like, speaking of the Jesus Unchained, it's like a Tarantino directed a Jesus origin movie. I feel like I might have. See, my wife watches SNL more than I do. She DVRs it, and she usually watches it in like Sunday or Monday. And sometimes I watch it along, but I'm just like kind of just partially paying attention. So I feel like I feel like I've seen that, or like I've been exposed to it, but I didn't really like watch it. Anyway, death. What is death? What is death? Let's try to get it in here. Death. When your saint's zeal reaches the last box on the zeal track marked with a Celtic cross and no number, your saint has died. They are martyrs to the cause. Remove the saint card from the game and place a randomly selected grave marker in the area where your saint's pawn is located. If your saint died while you were taking actions, your turn is now over. It did not.
Oh.
Your saint died because of an event that removed multiple zeal points. Any zeal lost in addition to what causes their death is ignored. If the saint has a keeper card saint, that's what you do. Move it up to the please place active saint card here box. Oh yeah, that's what you had, yeah. So you now have the new saint.
Mm-hmm.
This is your new active saint. Sorry, I'm gonna stop holding it awkwardly. Sorry, let me just go through this. Other keeper cards are left in place, so you do have your old keeper card that gives you that power, I think. It says some do not. I think it would say on the card. Place your action points marker on the 4 square. Your new active saint will have different special abilities from your previous saint. Note that while keeper card saints are tucked under your player mat, they are considered merely followers of the active saint. Yeah. Yeah, so you get to keep that card.
Mm-hmm.
And I think your zeal is back to the max 4.
Okay.
Yeah. The square all the way on the left, and your action point marker on the 4 square. So you're more powerful than you ever were before.
So you can be so
Zeal
bad.
wise.
You can be so bad at debating that the other person kills you.
Exactly.
That's the end of my turn.
But let me check that again. It said if you died as a result of actions, your turn ends, but then it didn't say what happens if you died from event. Your saint died while you were taking actions, your turn is now over. I guess because you weren't taking actions, your turn is not over.
All right. Now I get to start my turn.
Yep. All right, we got a new saint in the house.
And there's a +1 to that area or that province, or whatever they call. Like, it's just this area, or is it the whole?
The area.
Okay.
Thanks.
That would make sense.
Now you can spend an action to flip this, and it might have a greater plus. Like that example I showed earlier had a +3.
I don't
know if it's worth it though.
It just kind of replaces the church with the +1.
Yeah, and you get a free build to the church, like I do. Don't forget.
Yeah. So I guess I'll build it plus.
It's gonna be a 0 for now.
+0. Right here.
Right here.
And then
if you take out the chief, it's an auto win because the king is stronger than him.
Oh yeah. So I'll do that. Do I have 4?
Yeah, you have 4 actions. Yeah. It's pretty good to have 4. We haven't had 4 the whole game.
Glad I died.
Because just to explain to our vast viewership, our particular saints that we started with, Palladius and Patrick, each start with less than the max zeal for some reason. That's just their thing. I guess because they're considered powerful. That they have the drawback of less zeal. So the whole time I've been on this second 3 box, and Rob Bob was, I think, here to start. None of us ever had 4 zeal.
Now I have 4 of them.
And the zeal doubles as like your hit points, sort of, as well as how many action points you get per turn. So being able to have 4 action points per turn, I think is going to be huge for him.
All right. So then this guy's free, this guy's free, and this guy is not free.
Free? Oh, you mean automatic?
Automatic, yeah.
Let me answer Ryan real quick. He says, how's the weather in the Northeast? It's been pretty cold and rainy. It's kind of sucked. I went to Costco today. It was rainy, and sometimes I hope when I go shopping when it's rainy that there'll be few people, but there was not few people. Costco was mobbed.
So,
all right. So you auto converted those 2.
Auto converted those 2.
That was 3 actions you did.
Wait, hold on. Let me
do the math. Don't cheat.
Let me think about it first.
Okay.
So we got +2 from this guy, +2, +1 from that, so that's free. Those are instant. And then for this guy, it's +3 from these 2, +1 for my ability. So that would be a 1, basically like a -1.
Does this? The king applies too, right?
Those are people.
Okay, you're right. Sorry.
So
brain fart.
4 +4.
Oh, well, are you saying you're auto converting these guys or no?
Yeah.
All right, so flip them. Unless you don't want to.
No, I do. I had them flipped.
All right, so you have 1 action left, right? And you're gonna use it trying to convert this guy. And you have what?
What, 4?
So you're at -1. That means a 1 is a tie.
Yeah.
Greater conversion. Okay.
And
all
I get a 2.
Does it? 2.
So that's my turn.
That was. I wonder. I wonder if we're doing something wrong. It feels like we're tearing through the conversion. That said, there are a lot of people to convert.
Well, that was like half. Well, I guess there's more people in the north.
And a couple of bad rolls that could really set us back, as well as maybe some bad event cards. I don't know how lucky we're getting with the event cards because I'm not familiar.
I feel like they've been pretty good. Like they've been pretty.
Yeah.
Low.
Ryan says, I imagine where you live, everything is busy. Kind of. Always keep in mind we're not in New York City.
There's still a lot of people here.
But yeah. To Ryan, we're in like the busiest place in the world because he lives in a quieter area. He lives in a farm. He lives in the farmhouse in Night of the Living Dead. That's why he likes that movie so much. No, that was in Pennsylvania. Okay. Yeah. So somehow the paganism marker hasn't even moved at all. So I feel like we probably are getting lucky with the event card draws.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is my turn. Let us draw. Take 10 steps and draw. Back to the cards.
I'm not a very good artist.
Yes. Structural collapse goes here. We draw a card. It is Disarray in the church in Great Britain. That doesn't sound good.
Pelagian
Pelagian heresy. Advanced paganism in Great Britain by 1 square. Okay, so much for my thing I was saying where the paganism doesn't even advance. But that means Scotland. No, I'm coughing. Give me a second.
Yeah, everyone in my school is part of a gang.
Right, so they imagine Rob Bob goes to a gang member infested school like I see in the movies of the big city. We're in the suburbs, man. But yeah, and he's in a good school district too.
Yeah.
There's not too many people killing each other, right?
Yeah.
Are there fights much?
I think there are a few times.
A few times.
Not that much.
It was probably more in my day. I think they cracked down on
Yeah.
it more.
I see people like vaping in the bathrooms and stuff, though.
Oh, no, vaping. We had people actually smoking tobacco.
Yeah, back in my day, they actually.
Back in my day, they smoked tobacco. Anyway, we're advancing paganism 1. So now paganism has consumed Scotland. And not knowing enough about the history here, I'm imagining, though, that this was something that happened in Scotland. Maybe paganism did overtake them around when St. Patrick was doing his thing. I'm not sure. Maybe give or take a little bit. But that means we take this Scotland card. It's like about 6 cards or so. 1, 2, 3. Actually, only 5. And one of them is King Arthur for some reason. It told me to put it in that deck. They get added to this deck, the main deck, and we shuffle now. And I'm assuming some of these cards have to do with pagans doing their, pagan's gonna pagan. They're probably negative for us, essentially. But I'm not really sure. So we'll see what happens. Let's give them a shuffle. And of course, this track, as I mentioned earlier, once it gets to the end, which you cannot see the full board here, but you can't see the full track, but it's going to go, here, then here, 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 and then a couple more spaces. And then once it goes off to the fire, that's cut off a little bit. That at the end of the game, paganism has taken over.
Everything falls into chaos.
Everything falls into chaos. According to the rule book, I mean, remember before that thing, maybe there could be multiple opinions about this game. Is it good to be forcibly converting people? But according to the rule book, they explain it like, if you don't get enough points, then civilization never happens. And like, well, that's a strong way to put it.
Because you can't have civilization without Christianity,
I guess. But you can tell which, what the designer's point of view is on that. And Stu says he doesn't live in the big city. That's right. He does not live in the big city. He lives in a little place.
He does, and you do too, Stu.
Yep. Stu lives in not the big city as well.
Lives in the small city.
Small city. All right. Got a good shuffle in there. And yeah. So we have paganism taking over Scotland now. And that means not doesn't mean a whole lot immediately. We'll see what it means. But here we are in Oganacht, where I am picking up as Mr. Palladius. Gonna finish off that place. The chief gives me +1. The church would give me +1, and the pagan in question is -4. So the overall we got a -2. I could build the church first, or I'm wondering if I should save that for a move after this turn, perhaps north to how do we say that one? E Bruin. We could go up to E Bruin.
The UI is always pronounced E, I guess.
I guess. Sometimes there's an accent on the I though, so I wonder if I might have messed it up when I was looking it up. Even I don't know. Anyway, here though, yeah, we should finish off that one person. I'm thinking I'm gonna just roll it, and then I can save my free build for if I manage to take out this druid up here. Then I can build a church immediately there. Does that sound good to you?
Sure.
Let's go for it. I could fail here, but I do have 2 rerolls of the die, as well as I could always just try again as well. But if I do roll a 1, it is a fail. And a 2 would be a tie. All right, let's go for it.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to convert without preparation, without building up the church.
You're just like...
this is, let me just make sure I got the maths right. Yeah, 1 +1 +1 versus the -4. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just going to say, you just go up to him, like, join everyone else.
Join everyone else.
Everyone else is
Yeah, you should get a plus the more people who are on your side, right?
Yeah.
That's too much math.
All your neighbors are Christian.
Yeah. All right, we got a 5, which does it. And now Oganach is entirely Christian. And Stu says go to. He made a typo, but go to E Bruin. Yeah, let's go to E Bruin now. Now that we spent 1 action of our 3, go to E Bruin. And you could head here soon. You finished off this place, right?
Yeah, I did. So
yeah, we could attack that together.
I'll head up there.
All right, E Bruin. That's our second. I have 1 more. Yeah. So my hope is I can in this 1 action convert the druid, and then I get the free build of the church. If I fail on the druid, I could do a reroll maybe, but I'll see how it goes. All right, so I'm gonna convert the druid, and he the druid doesn't get the bonus, right? Yeah, he doesn't get the bonus from the chief or anybody like that, or the king. That's not in the influence diagram. Just to show that again, you can see the druid in the top left, and he does not have any arrows pointing to him, so the druid doesn't get any bonuses from kings and chiefs and such. So anyway, let's just flip it. It is a -3 druid. All right, so what do I need? Oh, my -3. Like, wait, I don't have anything to add here. Okay, so that means 3 is a tie, 4, 5, or 6 wins. 1 or 2 is a fail. This might be our first fail. I have a feeling. Like rushing into this, getting too cocky. But I do have my 2 rerolls, so maybe I can use one of them. Both of them. Let's get a high roll. Come on. Yeah, there we go. All right, we got that druid. So far, I feel like we're probably are getting lucky. And with my free
we haven't failed 1
build, I do that.
Haven't failed a single conversion.
That's true. That's true. And that is my turn.
Okay. So I get to draw a card. It's the Picts attack.
Pixie's attack?
Picts. It's advanced paganism by 1 square.
Oh no. Okay, I don't know who the Picts are, but they must be some tribe attacked. Or.
So advanced paganism.
It doesn't really mean anything right now. It just moves along a little bit.
It's spreading.
Oh, I'm supposed to flip this one. Scotland is pagan. Okay.
Okay. And now I get to decide what I'm gonna do.
Yes, you do. Stu, you should join my Discord. We're always talking about stupid stuff. I can give you the link if you want.
So I'll probably go here, build a church. So that's free.
Yeah, man.
And then convert
the pagans. Banish the snakes. That's 1, and then your free build.
Right here.
Free building is so handy, it seems. And now going after who?
The king, right? Would that make sense?
I think so, yeah.
King.
Kill the king.
Doesn't matter.
Hmm?
Oh, let me think about it. Right. Yeah, I guess the king's probably. I think that's instant because I get +1. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So the +1 from his natural conversion ability plus the +1 from the church cancels
this +2 for the high king. So yeah.
Oh, the high king affects all kings. All right.
Kings, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But he gives +0.
Yeah, he's not a very good king. He has a 0 bonus.
He's like, I guess I'll be Christian.
He just sits there, not helping, but he's not actively going against you, so that's good.
Yeah. And then
was that just your second move?
Yes.
Wow. So you can
convert
the
chief.
The chief.
That's also instant because I have +1, and the church. He's also a 0.
Also useless.
I have 1 more. So let me think about it. This 3 would also be instant, so I might as well do that, right?
Is it instant?
Because I have +1.
+1
from the church. I was thinking there's something else. I don't think there is, actually.
No, I think it's -1, which is still very good.
So it's 1. Should I just do it? I don't know.
Yeah, go for it. Or you should go for
I
the
got
2
a.
in it, which is automatic. But you're better
Yeah.
at. Well, you didn't add a. You didn't add your converting ability, did you? Because that doesn't work on people.
Oh, does it?
No, if you look at your card, it says just
Okay.
like what did it say specifically?
On leaders. +1 convert leaders.
Yeah, that leaders means not the people.
If it says +1 convert people, does that not count for leaders?
Correct.
Okay.
We did it wrong. We did it wrong
We were
before.
doing it wrong.
All right, we cheated a little bit. Maybe that's why.
I just saw +1. Anyway.
And Ryan says, "I swear, 90% of the comments I get in my shorts are effing insane."
I'll just do the.
Really?
I'll just do the instant 2-1, right?
Sure, go for it.
Wait, is that instant? That's not instant. No, because
It's a 1.
it's a 1. I have to roll.
Roll anything but a 1.
I got a 6.
What are you
Something
throwing around?
just fell out of my pocket or something.
Anyway,
Chess piece.
he rolled a 6 somewhere around here. Where'd it go?
I picked it up.
You have to just trust it that you rolled a 6.
Yeah, just trust.
I saw it, and he quickly picked up the die.
All right. That's the turn, I think.
Yeah, that's a good turn. All right, now it's my turn. The pixies attack.
What?
Picks.
No, I'm looking at Ryan's comment.
Ryan says, "My cat laying on a rug." Comment, "Why are you stealing my rainbow?" Yeah, there are crazy people. I agree, Stu, who watch cat shorts. But it's just impressive how many subscribers Ryan has gotten by these cat shorts. Yeah. Anyway, it's
lowering people's attention spans.
Yeah. My friend from work, he had this thing about cats. He said the internet is for cat shorts. And not the shorts, for cat videos and cat pictures. And he thought it was funny when I told him that I had a friend who's doing really well on YouTube with just cat shorts. And he said, he always tells me this. He's Indian, by the way. He says, look up an Indian actor such as the ridiculous Indian actor Rajnikant. And if you, as an American person, make a reaction video of it, he said that Indian people will love it. They love that thing. So just like pull up a Rajnikant and record yourself reacting to it. And he says that Indian people will give you like millions of views or something like that. All right. Enough of that. Let's draw the card.
If you say good things about Japan, then Japanese people will go
They'll go crazy. You should make one video that does it all. You could react to Indian videos while saying, "Oh man, I love Japan." Anyway, drawing a card. Oh no, the banshees! Banshees are wailing at us. The wailing of the banshee spirits could foretell impending doom. Lose 1 zeal. And also, we'd have the orange effect, which is the top one. Place a face-down druid in any area, your choice, with an empty druid/church box. Oh, we're making a new druid. Remove 1 people from the area you are in and replace it with a new pagan people.
So, the lose 1 zeal is just for you, or is it for me too?
For me. So unfortunately, that means I am now 1 zeal away from death.
Banshees attacked.
The banshees are really grating on my nerves here. You're like, how dare you convert us? I'm not converting you. I'm converting the people. They want Jesus.
They just don't know that they want it yet.
Anyway, so I have to figure out how this works. Remove 1 people from the area you are in and replace it with new pagan people. So the question is, if you look at the area I am in, and I think the rules did address this, so I'll have to go rules hunting. But if I got to choose which people, it would be like, well, I'll just replace the pagan with another pagan. But there might be a rule that says you have to start with the Christians first. So let me check on that in the rule book.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan says that I've tried that, it did get views. Oh, the Indian thing, right? You did try. That's right. I think I told you that. And then you were like, yeah, let me do it. Let me watch Rajnikant. Rajnikant is a very silly actor. He's kind of like their Chuck Norris, but he was being like, you know how that time when everybody was making Chuck Norris jokes, like Chuck Norris's beard can, I don't know, punch you or whatever. They say it better than that. But Rajnikant is like that, except he's been doing this since like I think the 70s or 80s, and he's been intentionally really cheesy for that long. and he's apparently really big in South India. My friend tells me. So he used to like introduce me to new Indian people that we hired at work, and he'd be like, this guy is Mark. He loves Rajnikant." I'd be like, they would react in different ways because he also tried to be a politician, and a lot of people hate his politics. So people would be like, "Oh, you like Rajnikant? I hate him." I don't know. I just think he's funny from the 2 videos I've seen. I don't really like Rajnikant. Anyway. What were they looking up? Yeah, if I have to replace the people, how does it work? All right, so here it actually has a paragraph about that specifically. Right here, removing/replacing people. Pagan people will be converted to Christian flock during the course of the game. When an event calls for you to replace a people marker in an area, remove flock first. Remove the flock furthest to the right if there's more than skim. Yeah, we're gonna basically take our Christian dude, unfortunately, and replace it with a random pagan.
Okay.
So, all right. I mean, it's good that they're pushing back a little bit. I feel like it's been a steamrolling, a whole Jesus driving a steamroller over these people so far. But we're gonna put him away.
Banshees scold them for joining the Christians.
And I drew the wrong color thing because that's for leaders. You're gonna get this one instead. And we have a -4, so that's a pretty strong pagan. Okay. And Ryan says you're the only one to April Fool's me today, Mark. Oh, so in my Discord, I showed pictures of hypothetical ET2 for Atari 2600 that somebody else made for their own April Fool's joke. They actually made a whole video of it. I should show it to you guys later. It's like video clips of ET2, ET being infamously bad, of course. I actually think it's not the worst game ever, by the way. It's playable, but it has some weird. It's not intuitive, and it has some weird kinks in it. But there's definitely worse games for Atari. Anyway, where are we here? I have only 2 actions because my zeal was knocked down to 2, unfortunately. Yeah, I think I should just get myself killed and let Saint Ibar come into play.
I haven't been April Fooled yet.
Saint Ibar is my acolyte right now, but he's gonna become a new saint if I die. I kind of almost want to, once your action points get really low, it feels like you just want to die. But I don't know. I'm just gonna. I guess I could just try risky conversions. Anyway, let me think it through a little bit. I mean, I can build the free church right now before I attempt anything. That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
A free church upgrade would take this from a level 1 church to a level 2, thus adding 2 to all the rolls.
Now you add a roof.
Got a roof. Not just a cube, it's a cube with a roof now. And let's see. These guys are neither helping nor hurting the cause. They're just there. But yeah. That means we could convert this as a 1, 1, and a 2. And I have only 2 actions. So I don't know. Let's just start with one of the ones, and then I'll just decide what I'm doing after that. When I say it's a 1, that means I need a higher than a 1 to succeed, and a 1 is a tie. Or it's a fail when nothing bad happens to me, in other words. All right, let's succeed. We've converted this guy back to the flock. It's actually a different guy. And I don't know, I might be tempted to go for the 4 anyway. What do you think? That would be a 2. All right, I'm going to go for the 4, so that's a 2 is a tie. 1 is a 1 will kill me. Part of me, again, doesn't care because I have my backup saint on deck, so I think I'm going to go for that. Let's see what happens. Oh, it was a tie. Okay, so it didn't work, and that's my turn.
All right.
Ryan says, Rob, Mark told me in the Discord chat he's sending you to a military school tomorrow. Okay, he really believes that.
I know it's April Fool.
That was a good lie. Well, actually, it's only April Fool's for 35 minutes here in New York.
Okay.
So draw a card.
I can't go to military school because then I'll miss my Japanese class.
Ah.
That's how I know it's not true.
Okay, Rob Bob draws
It's
9 hostages. What?
the Kneel of the 9 Hostages.
Mhm. Okay. At the top it says Neil becomes a famous king of Ireland. Would you put it down? We'll see where the arrows line up. This is actually a key card.
So it's the green one.
Green says remove the High King. The chief of North Ene moves to High King. Place a new chief of the North Ene. Okay, let's take a look at the board so we can see it. So we have this High King here. He got banged around a little bit, but he's leaving. No,
he gets replaced.
Remove the High King. He's out of here. Sorry, guys. See ya. And the chief of North Ene, which is up to here, unfortunately, he is pagan. So this is South Ene, but North Ene, chief, which is just this stooge here, becomes High King. Unfortunately, this stooge is actually pretty bad. -4. We lost our Christian king, and now we get a new chief over here. So I do feel like they are making things happen.
Yeah, now the rest of the kings are going to get harder.
Yeah. And so we have a new wimpy chief up here, though. Okay. Interesting. Things are getting interesting. We have a pagan High King to deal with. Now, I'm wondering how much is it worth kicking his butt. I guess he affects all the kings. But this is the only pagan king left. The other 3 are now Christian. So, really, he only helps that one king that's left. All right, so we'll think about it, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, now you can do your turn.
All right.
You are in this place. Let's not sit on the board.
So I guess I got to go somewhere else. No, there's still 2 people to be
converted. Still work to do. And you can do a free build still, right?
Yeah. It's worth it, probably.
Well, should we do the math?
Okay.
You don't get a plus to converting people, right?
No, I only get plus for leaders.
It's probably worth building up the church, I think.
Yeah. So I'll do that. Build it to that max level. Now there's like a thing on the side.
All right. You got a cathedral-y kind of thing, I guess. Let's show what that looks like. The side view. Ta-da! And Ryan asks, if it was past midnight, your time, that would have happened. What would have happened to my April Fool's? Is it Gremlin rules?
Then you'd be the April Fool.
Can't feed the you'd be the April. There you go.
All right. So that's plus 2, 3.
Plus 3. That's a powerful
That's
church.
pretty good. So I've this guy's instant.
Insta
plus 3.
Insta Jesus.
And this one I have to roll it once.
Higher than a 1, right?
Where's the dice?
Oh, you got a 1. But so, not a bad effect, right?
I'll just re-roll.
What, you mean you're using another action?
Yeah, he's another one.
What are you up to? Keep track.
There's 1. Actually, it's 2.
You
2 actions.
2. Yeah, so this is the 3rd.
Yes.
Got
3.
It. All right.
Let's leave it.
Turn him to Lucky Charm.
All right. He gets to join the leprechauns.
We're actually converting these people to leprechanism.
Wait, does this? No. Okay. I was thinking about the druid, but that's a different area.
Do you have one more move?
Yeah, I can move here, I guess.
Okay.
But I want to go to like the king.
Because
right there. Right. This is the same area.
I'm thinking, how much do we care about that High King? I don't know.
I have +1 to leaders.
That's true.
So I'll just go here, I think.
Okay, so next turn you can even do the free build to make sure you get it. Or not.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe you go for that druid, probably.
Yeah, I'm going to go for, how do we say that one? Refna.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're making progress. But yeah, these cards are starting to have a little bite to them. The pagans are pushing back.
Yeah, they're not too bad, though, I guess.
Yeah, I think we got mostly a nice lucky streak early on, which is good because we're noobs to the game. But anyway, it is my turn, so we will slide over to the cards once again. Kneel of the 9 Hostages.
Maybe it's Nay. Just the.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with Neil because I know people named Neil. Yeah. That's how it should be pronounced. Okay, what do we got here? Arthur, King of the Britons. Yeah, so King Arthur is also real and doing stuff.
I know him.
Dynamic leadership allows temporary revival of culture. So yeah, so this was actually only added to the deck in the Scotland cards. So once Scotland turned pagan, King Arthur was added. I don't really follow the logic, but that's what it said to do.
He's from Scotland.
And what it says is move the paganism marker in Great Britain back 1 square. Interesting. So we're back. If you look at the marker, we are back here, but Scotland is still pagan. It's just
Wait, so it moves back?
yes.
That's good.
That is good, yes. But it doesn't change the status of Scotland or anything. It did actually say in the rules that the status could change if you go back far enough. However, it says you shouldn't go through the deck and remove the cards that were added. I guess that would be ridiculous. All right. And Ryan says, I guess I missed King Arthur in Sunday school. Yeah, they don't talk about that one. In our local St. Patrick's Day parade, they didn't mention King Arthur once. It was mostly just people in green marching around. And my daughter could not stand the bagpipes. She was really upset by the bagpipes. I wasn't there, by the way. I was on vacation, but my wife's parents took her to the parade. Anyway.
I think there needs to be more bagpipes in music.
More bagpipes in all music?
All music.
Okay. That makes sense.
Maybe I just don't listen to the right type of music.
All right, so yeah, what are we doing here? I have my mere 2 actions, unfortunately, because I am a cripple at this point. I am near death, and what I could do is simply move. Let me actually pan over here. So here we are in Bruin, if I said that correct, and we can go up to Brefna and try to convert their local druid, I suppose. I don't see what else I could do, really. Yeah. Also, I just wanted to hang out there because I think it's too risky. But actually, again, I don't think it's a bad thing if I die. Because, again, I have my Acolyte Ibar on deck to become my successor. So, yeah, it makes me fear death a lot less.
So you just get to go to heaven.
Yeah. All right, so here I am in Brefna, and I'm going to take on this druid. And I don't have time to prepare. I don't have any bonuses here, so it could be quite risky. But hey, let's go for it. This druid is a -2. Okay. So what that means is we need a 2 to tie, 3 or higher to beat it. 1 means I'm dead. If I roll the lucky shamrock, I am dead.
He punches you.
Punches me. All right, so we are debating fervently about the merits of Christianity versus paganism. And I win.
You punch.
And he goes, all right, fine. Give me the communion or something. He's out. Baptize me, yes. Moisturize me. And I get a free build of a church. So we have a level 0 church there. And we're making headway into Brefna. And that is my turn.
All right.
Let's slide over to the card side of things here. And thanks for watching, everybody. We have 6 concurrent viewers, which is our high for the evening. Yay! Hi, guys.
All right. So I can draw a card.
You can.
St. Patrick drives the snakes out.
St. Patrick, we just win then?
He's dead. Let me show this. It's hard to move. It's hard to see it.
What does it say?
Remove. Okay. Well, it's the blue one. So it's remove 1 druid from any area. Your choice.
All right. It's only 3 druids left. Let's
just pick one. Doesn't matter.
I don't know. Does it matter? I'm trying to think. Should we consider places with stronger, populations, or does it really not matter?
Well, this place is probably the strongest.
Sure, but again, does it matter?
Yeah. I don't know. I'll just do this one.
Sure.
Yeah, this guy was a 4.
So. Okay. Just put him in the pile.
That's why I picked him.
You picked it based on some information you didn't know at the time.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to convert the king, I guess.
Oh, hi. Megan Wren is here. Hello, Megan. She's my sister-in-law. She says Jonathan Davis of Korn fame would come out playing.
All right.
That's funny.
So I'm trying to convert this king. Got +1.
He has to die so he can be canonized.
I have +2 from that church. I have +1 for my +1 against leaders, so it's just a 1 or more.
1 is the
So
tie.
1 is a tie.
All right, so Rob Bob is attempting to take down the High King again, but we didn't move the camera. So this king, we had converted him early in the game, but due to a random event, he left the throne and a pagan took over, a tough pagan at that. But Rob Bob is converting again.
He's very hippie, that's why he's the High King. And 4.
All right, we knocked him out.
So he becomes a Christian who with 0.
A useless Christian at 0.
All right,
But that's good.
That's 1 turn.
We're really making some good headway, I think.
Then I guess I'll go to where you are.
So that was 1 action?
That's 2 now.
2 actions.
And then build a church, that's free.
Yeah.
All right. I should move that. Yeah. Move this.
You're gonna convert the
Yeah, I'll convert
the chief, yeah.
The chief, yeah. Chief is probably better.
So you have the -4, but you have a +1 from the church.
+1 to leaders, so it's 2.
So you need higher than a 2.
2.
You could spend an action prepping, but
Yeah, maybe it's a good idea. I think I'm gonna do that.
So that would be actions 3 and 4, right? Prep is
1.
So just a 1 is a tie, basically, right? You
5 doesn't matter.
Try to roll in view all the time.
Yeah, it's hard to not knock over stuff.
All right. So that leader is done.
This guy is +2.
All right. Now the rest should be easy pickings. Come to Jesus. My pretties. Okay, my turn. Let's draw a card. Thanks for watching, everybody, but we should have more than 1 like. Come on, guys.
Yeah, why aren't you liking this?
Maybe they don't like it. We can't force them to like it. Okay, St. Patrick's drives the snakes out, even though he just died. I don't know how he did that. I guess he was a zombie.
He
or maybe his successor
did
it from heaven. He used his heavenly powers to drive out the snakes. All right, next card is... Oh, this doesn't sound good.
What does it say?
Major attack from Scotland. Does that say Scotland?
I think that's how they do the S in the song.
Irish armies led by the High King are defeated in Western Ireland. Okay, this just sounds interesting. Let's see what we're at the blue. You can see the arrow matching up. And let's see what it says. I want focus, damn it. Focus.
It's the bottom 2.
The whole section at the bottom, yeah. I don't know why focus is so hard. It seems best if I start with the top with my thumb sticky. Oh, it stopped.
What if I put my head?
Yeah, forget it. I'm just doing this. It says, remove the king of Connacht. Connacht is where? This one. Uh-oh. We're removing this king.
All right.
Remove from...
He's a bad king. He only had
from E. Bruin and Brefna, the chief, 1 people, replaced with new pagan people, and the church, if any. Any saints lose 1 zeal for each flock and church removed from their area. Oh my goodness, this is a rough one. Okay. So this is all one thing, Stu. Sometimes they so Stu's saying that's the green, but you can see this is all one section in this case. There's only 2 different effects in this one. So red, orange, or yellow are the top one, and green and blue are the bottom one. You can tell by the dividers. Well, yeah, so we have to do all that crap. Okay, so we lose the king of Connacht.
Okay. He gets replaced by some pagan.
What I like here that says Connacht and is number 4. Connacht 4.
What?
Want to play Connacht 4?
What does the 4 mean?
I don't know what those numbers mean. I wonder if they're for an optional thing or we're missing a fundamental rule.
Maybe it's the amount of like Christianity or the amount they could be.
No, they're all drawn from the same random pool.
I don't know.
Okay, anyway, so remove from, how do we say that one again? E. Bruin and Brefna. Let's start with E. Bruin. We're going to remove the chief. Jeez. 1 people. Doesn't matter which one. I think we start from the right, it said. We'll go with that. And replace with new pagan people and the church, if any. We remove this nice level 3 church. Oh, I'm not showing it right. I'm sorry. We'll remove this nice level 3 church. That sucks. So we have to replace the people with a pagan and the chief with a pagan, right? Sorry, the chief and the king. Oof. That one hurts.
All right. The people don't get replaced.
They do.
Shouldn't they be? Okay. Because the king isn't people.
All right, so now we got this people, the people, the king, and the chief that we just removed are all replaced, basically.
If you're a leader, you're not a person.
If you're a leader, you're not a person. No, you're not a people, a group of people.
Yeah.
Here's our chief. Man, we gotta head back there. At least we're right there, basically.
Everything's pretty close in this game.
Yeah. And we're drawing another blue one, so the king here is a -3 as well. All right, we got more work to do, but we can do it. Alrighty, so this is my turn, right? Yes. Also, any saints lose 1 zeal. Oh, there's another area too, Brefna, which is where we are. Shoot.
Oh, so who gets, please?
Remove the chief, 1 people, and the church, if any. So this church is gone.
Okay.
This chief is gone and replaced. And 1 people, yeah, it doesn't say just the flock, so it, not just Christians. So we'd replace one of them. I don't remember which one we're supposed to replace though. Leftmost for the pagans. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. If there are no flocks, then remove pagan people. Always remove the lowest number furthest to the left pagan people in the area. All right, so yeah, they make you replace the weaker ones instead of the stronger ones if you have that kind of instruction to replace. So unfortunately, we lose the weaker one, and now we have to replace the chief. Yeah, so we actually get beat up here. I'm going to be dead.
Okay.
We each lose 1 zeal. We both happen to be in the area, so we lose 1 zeal for each flock and church removed from the area. We didn't lose a flock, but we lost a church.
So that's 2. This 1.
It's 1. So I am dead.
But what's a flock?
Flock is a Christian person.
Okay.
Christian people. Well, let's replace these things.
Reduce my zeal.
So, yeah, this is the chief. It's a -2. And the people. That one. This is a -2 as well. So the people didn't really change at all. But yeah, we lost a church. And because of that, my zeal goes down to 0. Bah, 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 bah. Off goes Mr. Palladius. And in his place comes Ibar the Barbarian. The Barbarian.
Eyeball
the Barbarian. So my zeal is back to 4, which is lovely.
That's good.
And so my action points are going to be 4. And Ibar's abilities, if you look at the top of his card, +1 to convert druids and +1 to convert leaders. Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, not people, but still pretty good.
Yeah, druids aren't people.
And I get a grave marker for Mr. Palladius, which we can, again, it gives us a +1 by default, but we can spend 1 action to flip it and make it into a relic because we're carrying around his severed body parts or something, I guess. And that gives us powers.
Yeah, that's what they do with saints, right?
Yeah. And by the way, Ryan earlier said, I haven't seen a single snake banish. This game is bull. And he also said this needs a leprechaun card. And Stu says, don't worry, Chief, I'm always on duty. Time for Billy Graham. Yeah, we need Billy Graham's evangelizing powers, right? Okay, so yeah, that was just the card I drew for the turn, but I didn't do my turn yet. So now I'm doing it as Ibar. And to reassess our situation, what are we doing? Do we need to go and get this king converted again? What do you think? Should we do that? And do we have to worry about this chief? I guess you have this person now. The people. The -5.
You gotta go back there eventually.
Yeah.
How far is it?
So let me think. How far? It's just next door. But
Yeah, it's not that.
But my bonus is not to converting people; it's converting druids and leaders. So I could convert that leader pretty well.
Maybe it's a good idea to get for you to go for the leader. Well, I'm also good at converting leaders though. So
yes.
Doesn't matter really.
You can build too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't.
I don't have the build power. I have to remember that. I can still build, but it costs an action. Let's think. Yeah, I could go for the king first. I have to go into that next area. Not entirely sure. I guess it's in that area, right? Not north. I would have to spend one action to walk over there.
Yeah.
I could build a church, but that takes actions. That's only one per turn anyway. All right, so if I just step over there and go after the king, what are the numbers? If they have a +1, it would become a 2 as a tie. That's still pretty good. I could prep and make it a 1 as a tie. That's a 2. That's first action. Going for the king. 2 is a tie. 1 is a fail. 3 is victory. So victory is mine. You did not stay pagan long, Mr. King. You are back to Christian side again. And now this leader is like, uh-oh, what are they going to do to me? So I have 2 actions left. If all goes well, I could just knock him off and then the people, but the people are going to be tough for me.
None of us are good at converting people.
Let's do the leader. That's again, I have a +1, so 2 is a tie. Trying to think what my next action would be. Converting the people, it wouldn't really work for me. Oh, the leader might give me a bonus. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay, so we want 3 or higher. 2 is a tie. All right, we got him. The leader is now a +4. Sweet. Yeah, we can get the person with that, right? So now it's just 1 is a tie against the person. That's the last action of the turn. Let's do it. 1 is a tie. And we got him. Cool. We just kind of, in one fell swoop, undid that nasty card that we drew, essentially. Kind of, sort of. We did kind of lose churches and this guy, but but we reverted this one area. Bruin, we got that back in good shape. What I'm trying to say. All right, so your turn.
All right. I got Colombia, the country. No, I got
Colombo. One more thing. Oh yeah, one more thing.
He's got a big forehead.
Yeah, major forehead. He's got a 5 head.
Abbot of Iona or Lona. I don't know if that's an I or an L.
Abbot in Costello.
Anytime after it has turned pagan, you may place Columba in Scotland. You may remove him to cancel the effect of any later card.
We're about to go through that. That's your on deck saint, is all. Right? It's a saint, right?
No.
It's not a saint?
Oh, he is, yeah. And he gets 1 free build each turn. I can put him in Scotland.
Let me see what.
Like that doesn't seem like it's just for fun.
So this is a saint. So once
that's only when I'm.
Once you die, this will become your next saint again. Like before.
Okay, that only applies
so
when
you just hold on to it. Don't worry about it for you. All right. So do stuff.
Yep.
Let us do things. We gotta wrap this up.
All right.
Because it's getting late.
I'm getting tired.
And you're getting tired.
But I'll try to finish this.
Finish him. Christianity.
So
Christianity.
I can build for free. Might as well. Right here.
Sure. Okay.
We
could try flipping that. I think it's easy picking already. I'm gonna say flipping the grave to a relic. It could be fun just to see how it is.
I have 3 turns now. 3 actions.
3 actions left. Yes.
And this is just normal. This is a leader, right? This is a.
Yes.
So that's 1. I have to roll a 1. That guy.
Hold on, you have a +1, right?
Yeah.
And there's the relic, the grave too.
Oh, the
so,
grave. I
So
forgot
that makes
the
it
grave.
automatic.
What's my +1? Oh, yeah, he's a leader. So he gets instantly converted.
Oh,
+4.
oh swag.
So all these guys are
Was that
instant.
Hold on, was that your?
That's 1.
Is
And I
this
have
your first
2.
action?
I have 2 more. Yeah.
You only have 3 actions.
Yeah, because I got
Oh,
my zeal damage.
right.
So I'll just do. Does it matter? It doesn't matter.
Are they all 2? I can't see.
This one's 3, and then these other 2 are 2.
If you can auto convert the 3, you might as well get the 3.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Just in case that guy dies or something.
All right, that's a productive turn
That's it.
for both of us. Now it's mine again. Things are getting banged around somehow. Let's roll with it. Druid ceremony. That doesn't sound good. Funny, she doesn't look druish.
Everyone's turning back to.
Right, the pagan religion attempts to respond to the Christian threat. Uh-oh, we are on red. So it says, Druid revival. Select one church and remove it. Place a face-down druid in its place. Oh,
Well, I guess do that. Well,
maybe right where you are, right?
wouldn't it be best to do it in like here or something
Someplace we don't care
where we
about.
don't care about? Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
You should change
Because our goal is to convert all the people.
the camera.
Oh, sorry.
I'll do
No,
it.
no, no. What are you doing?
You need the camera.
You want to do the full
I
view?
mean, I don't.
I guess we haven't done the full view in a while. that's okay. All right. So yeah, what Rob Bob was saying is maybe, this church could turn into a druid because like who cares? And I think he is right because our goal is to convert all the people. We don't have to convert all the people and their druids and the leaders and stuff.
Yeah.
So really,
'Cause
unless these
druids
people
are-
convert
can
back to
stop saying-
paganism anyway, the druid doesn't do anything there. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
All right. New druid here. New druid here. Okay. So, zooming back into the action. We are in Brefna. You are in Brefna. I have to walk there. I have fully Christianized what is this called? E Bruin.
Okay.
What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say I think you should just go to a different place and I can finish this, but you kind of have to go through here first.
I have 4 action points. I could walk around. It's not a big deal. Yeah,
If you're gonna pass through, you might as well do that. Anything. Well, you have +1 to druid, so maybe just go to the druid.
Yeah, I have +1 to convert the druid, so I should rush to him, and also against the leader, so I can maybe knock out the druid and leader. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be a great turn if it works.
Yep.
Okay, let's try it. 1, 2. I'm going for you, druid.
All right.
Let me just ponder for a minute. Is it worth trying to prep? Let's just roll with it.
It's probably fine.
It is a -2.
All
Okay,
right. That's
so
pretty good.
2 is a tie. No, 1 is a tie because of my bonus. Find a place to roll. We're gonna roll on the logo up here. Banish the Snakes. 2 is a tie. Boo.
Ooh.
Could do a reroll. I have this special magic card saved up.
I mean,
Might be better to save that for a real rainy day, though.
yeah,
not
it's
just
not a very
a
big
tie.
deal.
Okay, let's use the last action then to attempt on the druid again. Got him. Take that, you druid.
5.
All right, and that is my turn.
All right. Now it's my turn. I'll draw. I got Brigid. That's
Another
another
saint?
saint. I
My
guess.
goodness. Can you have multiple?
I mean, I have the room, so I think so.
Let me check on that. I think you can.
+1 to convert people, 1 free build.
I'll just say you can.
All right.
All right, he's got 2 followers. And
Three.
back to the action.
I can
So,
always teleport you to me, by the way. So I got a card for
Oh, yeah.
that. Okay. So I convert this person instantly
Insta convert.
because I'm just too Christian for them.
Ultra convert.
That's one turn,
And you got two more.
one action. I guess I'll go here. And then I have +1, which is canceled out by this king to convert this leader. I have +1 to a leader.
The King of Ulster.
So that's just a 1. Ties.
Okay.
Dropped it.
3.
Alright, 3.
See, it's 3.
So
You got him.
I think that's my last turn. There's a bug on.
Get that bug. Banish the bugs.
What was that? My second.
1. You got 1 to walk over here.
1 to convert him.
The first you converted the guy here.
Okay.
So
And I
convert
can
1, 2, 3.
Build
You're
a
done.
free church.
Free church. Do it.
Free churches.
Die Kirche. All right, back to the deck again. Event card. Boom. Saxons attack. Oh my goodness.
The Saxons.
Saxons attacking. Pagan armies expand their grip on Great Britain. Advance paganism in Great Britain by 2 squares. Okay. We undid what King Arthur did. We undid what King Arthur already undid.
And 1 more.
And 1 more. So next turn, Strathgo's Pagan, Strathclyde. And then we would put these subsequent cards into the deck. But I think we can wrap this up before they do too much damage. I think we're getting close. All right, here we are in North Ene. And I can't build free churches. I take it for granted, but I can't do that anymore. But this leader is on our side, which is very helpful. The chief, giving us a +2 to convert these people. I don't have a bonus to convert people, but nonetheless, it's pretty good. This guy is an auto convert. I'm thinking of building a church, upgrading the church by 1. So then this, if I do that, this is still auto kill. This would be like 1 is a tie, and this would be 2 is a tie. I think that'd be a pretty good turn if I can pull it off. Let's do that. Upgrading the church. All right, we'll do the auto. That was 1 action. Second action is auto convert, and this one is a tie. It's action 3. Let's roll on the logo again. All right. So 1 is a tie was what we said, right? So that's a convert.
Okay.
And this last one would be 2 is a tie. Let's go for it. 1 is a fail. All right, we got him. We're knocking them dead. I mean,
Christian.
saving their souls.
Knocking them Christian.
Knocking them Christian. All right, now it's back to you again.
2 more areas.
Yeah, let's zoom out again and take an overview. What you can see here is yeah, we're doing pretty great. You can see shamrocks everywhere. Really, we just have to take out this place that looks like arugula that's apparently pronounced Edgiva, and then lastly, Olid. Is it pronounced Olid?
Olive.
Olive, kind of like olive. Olid and Edgiva.
All right.
Go for it, Miss. What's your name again?
Manin.
Manin.
I don't know. I don't know my Christian saints.
I don't know my name. All right, roll. Draw your card.
So, yeah, draw a card first. Major invasion from England.
Oh my goodness.
So
No.
we have the red one, which is, so it's remove the High King,
Oh.
remove the South Ine Chief, 3 people, replace with Pagan, the Church, and 1 relic from South Ine.
What was the thing under that?
Uh,
You should just hold it, and if you guys are pulling it.
Yeah. Any Saints lose 1 zeal for each flock and church removed in their area.
Okay, so which area is this again?
South Enid.
All right, so let's do the overhead view again. So we're talking about back. Is it only this place?
Yeah.
This area?
So the chief, 3 people, the
Which we
church,
take from the.
and the High King.
Oof. Did it say to take from the right?
What?
I think it did. I don't know. We'll just go with that. All these guys are gone, and we replaced them with pagan, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Do we replace the church with a druid or no?
I think you just removed the church.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah. And remove a relic if there is one, which there is.
We don't have any relics. Okay. Yeah. Time to draw stuff. I've actually been. The rules probably specify this detail, but I've been doing is drawing pieces from this bag that haven't been in play yet, and just removing the stuff that gets pulled off, putting them to the side over here. But I feel like we're gonna run out of stuff in the bag soon, so I'll have to start drawing from the stuff I removed, I guess. I'm assuming that that'll work. All right, let's draw some people. Here's one person. 6. Oof. Another 6. 6. 6. 6.
Okay, but they don't advance at least.
Don't advance.
On
Oh,
this
yeah, sure.
part.
And a 4. And then we need to put the chief, and then finally the High King. This will be our chief, -2. And the High King is going to be -1. All right. There's more work to do.
Okay. I think that was my turn. No,
Nope.
that was the beginning of my turn.
That was the beginning.
So, 3 points to.
I'm thinking we should just continue our work here in Northern Ireland and swing back down
How
to
much-
South Ine.
I guess I'll go for this king, right? That makes sense to me. I just have to roll because I have +1 to leaders.
Yeah, sure.
So
Kill the king. I mean,
it's a 1.
save the king's soul. You need a 1?
Yeah. I got a 1.
1 to tie, right?
So I can roll 1 more. Might as
You're
well.
keeping track of your actions.
Yes, that was my second. This is my
This is your
third.
third and last, right?
That's a 3.
Hooray, a 3. You got him.
Okay. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just basically, these event cards, if they get too nasty, it's going to grind us down. But I don't think it's going to. I don't know. I think we'll make it through. It's just going to make it tougher.
Mm.
It's going to. I suppose, if we got a whole string of bad ones, I guess we could be in trouble. Like if we got like 5 in a row that were like that last one. Hopefully, that's not really likely to happen, though. All right, let's see what happens to me when I draw. I get attack from Scotland. Oh my god, all this attacking stuff is happening now. Irish armies led by the king are defeated in Northern Ireland. Attack from Scotland. Remove the king of Ulster. Didn't you just kill him? Or the king of Ulster? Yeah, you literally just converted him, actually, not kill him.
So he gets replaced?
And we are looking at the red arrow. So removing the king from Ulster and remove from North Ine and Brefna the chief, 1 people, replace with new pagan people, and the church, if any. Any states lose 1 zeal for each flock and church removed from their area. I happen to be in North Ine.
Wait, so that king doesn't get replaced, or does he? It doesn't say.
I would think probably you'd have to. I don't know. I'm gonna assume you do. I think I'm gonna assume it's like an error.
Okay.
I don't think you can have no king there, could you?
Yeah.
Maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to. Maybe it's supposed to be the Scottish king took him over, and that's where we don't have a king as far as the scope of Ireland is concerned. I don't know. I'm making things up.
We don't need a king. We can govern ourselves.
Okay. See you, Stu. Thanks for hanging out. Stu says you gotta go. Mark getting up early tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Hope you enjoyed. And I gotta catch one of your streams sometime soon, Stu. But I'll see you later. All right. We'll have to make a judgment call. Do we replace the king? I feel like it's
I think so.
weird not to. So yeah, let's go with that.
Because everyone else has always gotten replaced.
Sure. Okay, so we're gonna replace that king first. He's a -3 guy. And what else? Excuse me. Remove from North Ine and Brefna. Both of them. The chief, one people, and the church. All right. The chief, one people, and the church. Over here, Brefna. Chief, one people, and the church. I'm going to replace them. Weird though. Actually, even for that, it just says remove. It doesn't say replace anywhere. Oh no, it does. It does say. This is weird because it specifically says to replace with one. Look at this card in the red section. Replace with new pagan people. It mentions it for the people, but not for the chief. And for the king, it says to remove. I wonder if I really just do remove it in this case, or is it just that sloppy writing? But also it says saints lose 1 zeal for each flock and church removed from their area. So I lost 2 zeal from right here, knocking me down.
But I don't lose any because the king doesn't count. He was Christian.
That was not flock or a church. Flock are these.
Flock are just people?
These people, yeah.
Okay. They're like sheep. Flock of sheep.
But I knocked down my zeal by 2. But let me see if the rulebook mentions anything about removing without replacing. I'll check into that.
Okay.
So, pardon me for a rules lookup. Certain event cards require removal of leaders, chiefs, kings, and high kings. When this occurs, all removed leaders must be replaced according. Okay, so it's baked into the rules. When it says removing, you got to replace them.
Okay.
Oh, I missed one thing. This is kind of important. We'll do it from now on, though. When you're replacing any leader, well, first with the chief, you replace any missing chiefs by randomly drawing a new leader for each area with a missing chief. Place the chief Christian side up if more than half of the people in the area are Christian flock.
Wow.
If there are more pagans in the area or they're equal, then you do the pagan side up. Then you replace kings by selecting one of the chiefs in their province. Roll the die and compare the result to the numbers listed next to the chiefs in the area. Promote the indicated chief to king. Okay, this is more complicated than we've been doing. I'm not sure if this benefited us or not, but let's do one thing at a time.
So
the replaced chiefs would actually be Christian because
can you convert a chief before converting the people then?
I don't see why not. What does that have to do with what we were talking about?
Did it say something about if more than half the people are pagan, then it's...
So when you're called to replace a chief, when you do so, the chief is Christian if the majority of the people are Christian.
Okay.
So right now that actually applies to both regions, North Ine and Brefna. So we're going to have a new chief in each of them, and they're both going to be Christian, which is pretty convenient for us. So first we'll do North Ine. He's right here. And then we'll do Brefna. He's a +2. Yeah, I think we kind of cheated ourselves a little bit by assuming before. It's probably against us is what I'm saying.
Yep.
But the king stuff is a little complicated. Let me look into that. So we just lost this king, and I think I replaced him wrong. I'm going to put this back in the bag. The way it works is one of the chiefs is promoted. Says
king.
Replace any missing kings by selecting one of the chiefs in the province, roll the die and compare the result to the numbers listed next to the chiefs in the area. Promote the indicated chief to king. So they get promoted. And it seems like in that case, that if I did this in the right order, that make a big like if order really matters is what I'm saying. Hopefully I'm doing it right. So in other words, I'm gonna roll this die now. And if I roll, I guess 5 or 6, it's this chief here in Alud. But if it's a 4, it's this chief here in Arugula. No, in Edyiva. And 1, 2, 3 would mean this chief from North Ine. Interesting. So we're doing that wrong. Chiefs get promoted. You don't just promote the king. You don't just draw a random guy. That's something that we learned. I learned something today. So we're going to get the chief from North Ine as our new king. And do we replace that chief then? I don't know.
Probably. You get replaced by Christian.
I guess we probably do, and it would be a Christian again. Yeah. Sounds good to us.
Yep.
So we'll go with that. All right, so let me replace that chief. We got a +0 chief over there. And there's also rules for the High King. Did we? Yeah, I guess earlier we replaced the High King. We'll have to do it right next time. But what it says is replace the High King if he was removed by the event. Roll the die and compare the result to the numbers adjacent to each of the kings in Ireland. Also, each king in Ireland has their own number, I guess. If you look like around these special king markers, the squares. This one, for example, has 1 to 2. Okay, so there's the whole line of succession sort of thing. That's interesting. All right, so we'll do it right next time. But yeah, interesting to know. And I think we need to replace these 2 people still with pagans, did it say? Yeah, that's what it said in the card, the attack from Scotland. So let's do that. So this one is a -6. Oof. And let's throw another one. A -4. All right. So, I mean, we're pretty much cleaning up the map, but there's these little bits everywhere that are popping up, these little pockets of these pagans.
Yeah.
Pockets of pagans. Pockets of snakes.
Banish the Snakes.
Okay, so that was my turn, right? When I drew this card. I still have to go.
Yeah.
All right, so I have 3 actions because I lost some zeal, unfortunately. What the heck am I doing, though? Let's see. I'm up here in North Ine. I guess I can get these people, but they're kind of a pain. And this chief isn't doing us any favors with his +0. Yeah, that's a tough one. I could do a build and the build wouldn't even help immediately, unfortunately. I could do 2 preps and then I'll convert, but even then it's a 4 is a tie, which is not great. You're not good at converting people, right? Neither of us
good
is.
at leaders.
Yeah, I'm good at leaders and druids. We both stink at people. I think I might just do it, and I have 2 rolls stashed away. Maybe it's worth it.
I could always die and then go to the other person.
We could always die.
One of my successors is.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna do 2 preps, and just try to power through this -6 guy. I'm not getting a bonus from anything, to be clear, right? Besides the prepping.
I don't know.
Yeah, so. It's not 4, 5, or 6 wins it though. It's just 4 is a tie. You can always come back to him later.
The 6 guy.
One would be later better. One would later be better. Yeah, we'd have to like what could we actually do besides
build a bunch
prepping?
of church.
Build church, yeah.
Like, look how cool this church is. You have to be a Christian.
I mean, they could do something like church, first action, second action, move here, third action, go for the druid. And then with the church in place, we could build another church when we return there, and hopefully be better equipped to take out that person.
Would it be better to put a church where the druid is? In our the one that starts with an A.
Edgiva. We could actually do both. It's just you can't build in the same area twice
Yeah. But you can't?
in one turn.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna build it. Unless you object, I'm gonna build a church here.
Okay.
And 2, 3. That'll be my turn.
That's fine.
Okay, 1, 2, go for the druid. Let's see what happens. -6 druid. Holy Moses.
Ooh.
I have a +1 because of my natural ability.
You
So
should just kill him.
this is gonna be our first loss, actually, I think. And we're gonna against a druid, and we'll have one of these things appear. But who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky and draw a 6. Roll a 6 right now.
But no, you can. Yeah, you could win if you get a 6.
Yes, I win if I get a 6. Is there anything else I'm missing that could help us? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so.
King doesn't help here, right? No.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's hope for a 6. Here we go. This is a big roll. 1. Well,
you could do your reroll.
I could. Because I might waste rerolls on a 1 in 6 shot, and that isn't really good. I'm thinking of just eating it and coming back later. But the problem is, then one of these stupid things are going to appear.
I feel like
it's a -1.
I think you should reroll.
I think I should.
2 reroll, right?
I do.
This is just what I do with Talisman Fate, is I never did it.
I'll at least do 1 reroll. Then I'll consider after that. I'm using 1 reroll.
Yeah.
What I do is I flip this card that I obtain that gives me this special power. Turn it over. Let's go for a 6 now. Come on, 6. All right. Ryan says good night, guys. Good to have you back, Mark. Good to be back, Ryan. See you later. Go for a 6 now. 3.
No.
All right. I don't know. I think I'm gonna admit defeat right here, at least in this area. Okay, let me verify. I think what happens is I lose a zeal, and also I have to.
You lose 2 or no? No, it's reroll.
No, I lose a zeal, and I have to put one of those yellow things into place, I think. We should come back when we're prepared. We could be spending, using prepares and stuff like that. Let's check out the rule book just to be sure I'm doing this right. Oh, there's one thing we forgot about. When the saint gets killed, we have a final effort.
Oh, yeah.
You can spend 1 action to make 1 final effort. It's like doing a prepare and a convert.
Okay.
They make final. Do you have that marked on the? Forget it. The way it's written in the rules book, it sounds like it should be. Sounds like it should be marked on the board, on the card. I mean, character card. Anyway, let's see. If I lose to the druid,
you get a piece under your chair.
What is it? Okay, let's put it in the bag. Okay, so if I lose to the druid, I have to put a dolmen on the board. Get those yellow discs. The druid's success has revived the power of one of these ancient stone monuments, and I do lose a zeal. All right, so my zeal is at 2. Yeah, I'm gonna die, and I won't have an extra saint to back me up, unfortunately. But let's put the dolmen down, and yeah, maybe revisit it later.
That's your turn.
That is the turn.
I think I need to go. I'm like tired.
You need to go to bed.
I do like 1 more turn.
All right, 1 more turn. Bob says.
Letter to the soldiers of Coroticus. Save this card.
To the soldiers of Coroticus. Save this card. Discard it to ignore the effect of any following slave raid card. Okay.
Okay. I don't know what that is. But
well, some cards we can draw must say.
This doesn't count as one of these slots, right?
No, it does.
Okay, then I need to discard something.
I believe you do.
I think I'll do this one.
One of your saints? Oh, no, that thing. Okay.
Because I haven't used it.
I discard his ability to, what, teleport to me or something?
Teleport you.
Teleport me to you. Okay.
I'll do my turn, and then I'll
Okay.
go.
Then I'll have to decide if I want to.
You could
finish
play.
up.
You can play
Yeah, I can
without
play.
me. Like you play my turn.
Sure.
Just do whoever's easy. Actually, yeah. So that would be the chief, I guess.
All right, he's a -4.
That's their chief, right?
But we have a +1 from the king.
+1.
And you are a +1.
Plus
so
one.
A 2 is a tie, right?
So 2 or better.
2 is a tie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
4.
You got him.
4. So that's 1. I'll build my free church.
Oh wow. The +3 there.
Oh, yeah. And then I can do 2 more actions. So I'll just convert these 2 for free. Because they're both.
Okay.
Or I keep saying for free. Like instantly. Or
Automatically.
automatically, yeah. Too tired.
Okay, see ya.
Alright.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, I'm going to try to wrap this up. All right, if anybody's still watching, are you there, Arturo? I know Stu and Ryan left.
All right.
Nobody's there. Good
Bye.
night. Nobody's there, maybe I'll just call it a night. It does say I have 1 viewer, which might mean I have 2 because it never counts Arturo. Let's see. For some reason, I feel like this thing is a huge threat, but we should be able to take it out somehow. Let me pull the character card over to me so I can see it. Rob Bob's character card, that is. So he still has 3 zeal. Yeah, so I'm at 2 zeal. He has 3. Did he do his whole turn? He did. Okay, so it's my turn. I feel very weak right now. And I don't have an extra saint to back me up. Oh, this is Slave Raid, which he's able to ignore with his card, but discard to ignore the effect of any following Slave Raid card. I think you can use it even though it's my turn. Yeah, this is basically another one of those cards where it's basically, replacing people with pagans and stuff like that. This is Slave Raid, so we want to use Rob Bob's card to discard it to get rid of Slave Raid. Slave Raid must be shuffled back into the draw deck, it says actually, so it could return. I guess Slave Raids are considered nasty cards. Give it a quick shuffle. Okay. Alright, so my turn. Yeah, I only have 2 actions, and I feel like I can't do anything in this space with that powerful druid and my lack of many actions, and that the yellow disc thing adding another defense or another -1. So what do I do is the question. There's a couple scattered pagan peoples I need to deal with. Only 2 action points kind of sucks. I guess I could just walk over here and help because this leader makes it easy. And maybe I don't know, what are we gonna do about that Drew? Somebody needs to do 2 preps or something. Like I guess Rob Bob's character can do that. You could step over there and do 2. Well, maybe the next turn you could do 2 preps and a convert on the druid. The druid's gonna make life very difficult. I'm not sure what the best approach is there. I'm gonna take a little break. I'll be back. Let me know if anybody's watching. Please say hi in the chat. I'm doing my pee-pee dance. Okay, I am back. I don't know if anybody else is still there, but I am back. And one thing I realized while I was taking my restroom break is that we don't necessarily have to win by converting all the peoples. There is this chart kind of a thing in the back that tells you, not a chart, but it's criteria for victory. So basically, okay, so I made one mistake. If you look at these ending conditions, number one is we instantly win basically if we get all of the people to Christian flock. It's a full victory. For any of the following three conditions, number 2 to 4, we basically add up points. So actually, paganism in Great Britain doesn't automatically make us lose. I misunderstood that before. But basically, that's one of the conditions, as well as a draw deck running out of cards, and as well as one of our acolytes dying, meaning the saint dies, there's no replacement, and the subsequent acolyte also dies. Those conditions all trigger the end game. We end up points. We add up some points. +2 for every area with all Christian flock, +1 for every other area with majority Christian flock, +1 for a Christian high king, half point for each Christian king, half point to the cathedral level 3 church anywhere in Ireland. We did have one, we don't anymore. -1 for each active dolmen in Ireland, -1 for each druid in Ireland. And then it tells you, 0 through 6.5 points is total defeat, then up to 12.5 is partial defeat, up to 18.5 is partial victory, up 19 through 21 is a full victory. So if it were to end right now, I'm just kind of curious, where would we be? We have +2 for every area with all Christian flocks. So 2, 4, 6, 8. I guess that's it at the moment. And then for majority, we would get 1. So we have sorry, I should be showing the full view here. What I was saying was full Christian flock 2, 4, 6, 8. And then for majority, we get 1.9, 10. And that's that. So we have 10 from the flock, +1 for a Christian high king, which we don't actually have right now. We wouldn't get that. +1 for each Christian king. Where were we at? Did I say 10? So this would be a half. This one gives a half, so we're at 11. 11.5. And this king too brings us to 12. +1 for each cathedral, which we don't have anymore. -1 for each dolmen. So what did I say? We're at 12, so this would take us down to 11. And each druid subtracts. So then we'd be down 10, 9. Ooh. So we actually only have 9 points, which is considered a partial defeat. So I thought we were like cleaning up the board, but if the game ended right now, we would be considered not horribly bad, but kind of bad. Partial defeat. Interesting. That said, there's still paths to victory, I think. Yeah, it's just kind of looking not as open and closed as it did before. If nobody else is watching, I am maybe inclined to just calling it a night myself too. I too am tired. But please let me know in the chat if you are watching and would like to see the end of the game. I might just do a couple more turns anyway. But whose turn was it? Was it my turn? I think it was. I drew the event card that I had Rob Bob's guy cancel, the one about the slave revolt. But now I have 2 actions for this turn. And it doesn't seem productive to persist against the druid here. So what I could do is step over to Alud, and as my second action, either build or just take out one of these people with the help of the +3 here of the chief. That's pretty effective, I think. I guess what I'm getting at, I don't think my guy can take out any of these -6s that are strewn about very easily. I could probably work on this leader though. That's down here. And then let Rob Bob's guy clean up the rest of this place. I could also work on the High King. Yeah, but I guess I have to just defer this one place. But I'm trying to think, how can I get that place later? Having a few number of actions means you cannot do much in preparation. But those druids, man, I feel like if somebody walks in there with 4 actions, then sure they could do 3 preps, then a convert, and with the +1 druid bonus that both of our characters have. He doesn't have that. I have that. I don't have 4 actions. Kind of a moot point. But let's say someone had 4 actions and not a +1 against druids, then still they would need a with the Dolomite or whatever it's called, Dolmen. It's a -7 altogether, but with 3 preps, that would bring it down to -4, which means 5 or 6 succeeds, 4 ties, which still isn't great. Like, how can we get that to be better? Actually, if I recall, it said you're only forced to go for the druid if he's uncovered. If he's covered up like this. Once he's flipped, it said you could go for the other guys. In which case, what is the point of does the druid contribute to protecting others? I think they might. Yeah, they're in the influence diagram. I forgot about that because we always just take out the druids first. But you can see in the diagram here, the druid protects all of these things. They protect anything you go for in the area, I guess. So they would provide a -6 to no matter what I go after, I believe. Wow. Yeah, that area is with that druid, and it's entirely possible we could just luck into drawing a card that says take a druid off the map or something like that, which might be a good reason to just kind of defer. Just kind of try to clean up everything else and put that off to last, and hopefully something happens, some magic happens that makes it easy to do that. We can't build a church there because the druid blocks the church. We just need some magic to happen. All right, so that said, I'm gonna do my 2 actions, I guess. Maybe I'll just move down to South Ine and take out this leader here. Or I could go for the High King. Maybe that's smarter. Yeah, I get a plus to leaders. I could take out the High King first and then the Chief. Let's go for that route, I guess. It's kind of slow going when you have fewer actions. It can be very slow going. But I'm going to go here, go for the High King. Is it auto win? I think it might be because with my +1, yeah, it's an auto win. And this High King is a +1, so that's good. But that is my turn now. Off to Rob Bob's character's turn. Gift of the Holy Spirit. That sounds good. Spirit moves believers to help with the conversion of Ireland. All right, so we are using which arrow? We don't have arrow. I put this in the wrong spot. It goes in this card. It should be the yellow, which is randomly select. Wow. 3 available gifts of the spirit cards and place one of them with your saved cards. Okay. Wow. I'm going to randomly grab 3 of them. Label 1, 2, 3. And then Bob's guy already has 3 cards, but we'll manage. We'll have to discard something, I guess. So we can take the Book of Armagh, +1 to convert leaders. Yeah. The Gift of the Blarney Stone. The Blarney, +1 to all converted attempts. That sounds great. It's better than the other thing, right? Yeah. Card cannot be transferred to other. Oh, I forgot you could pass cards around as an action. That could be useful, but this one cannot be. something to consider, probably. But the last choice would be Kurak boats. Move to any other area in Ireland for one action. Oh, that's pretty cool. But I think raw conversion power is even better. Let's take the Book of Armagh. So Rob Bob's guy has that. He discarded this thing. What else are we doing here? Let me fix his stuff here. We'll get rid of one of his extra saints. I'm not really doing my due diligence and seeing what all these things do. Actually, we don't need to discard one. Okay, so he's got +1 to convert leaders now on top of his +1 to convert leaders. Wait, this isn't the one I wanted, is it? This is not the one I wanted. Yeah, to all convert attempts. This one here, the Blarney one. Awesome. Okay, so he's a powerhouse now. So back to the action here. He has 3 actions. And what if he did try to go for the druid? He has that extra +1 now. If he stepped over here and did 1 prep and a convert against the druid, still would not be good. But if he waited to the next turn, then he wouldn't have to use 1 action to move next turn, and did 2 preps, still not good. It would be a -4, so 5 or 6 would succeed, 4 would tie, 1, 2, or 3 would fail. All right, so I still say we should avoid that druid for now and just defer until some magic happens. And he could spend his 3 actions this turn trying to finish off these people. Oh, it would only take 2 actions to do that. Then he can figure out what he wants to do next. Move maybe back over here or something. But yeah, to take out these guys, we got the +3 here, and then his +1 to all convert attempts means each of these is a 1 is a tie, I believe. Yeah, 1 is a tie. So let's say the first one, 1. Really? Okay. Well, that was his first action. Second one, he's going to try again. He gets this one. He's now part of the flock. And the last one, last action as well. That one works as well. All right. Ta-da. All right, so back to my turn. These event cards, they're worrying when they do mass conversions back to paganism and stuff like that. But with everything we have to do, let's review the whole map. We have to take this tough stronghold here. But aside from that, 1 person, 2 people, 5 people altogether. So basically, one tough stronghold and 5 other people. And we probably want to get this leader too. So the way I see it, unless we get a bad card, we should be able to knock down these 3 in a couple of turns. These 3 areas. Maybe like 3 or 4 turns, really. But then we'll see what we can do about this stronghold, as I refer to it. All right. But yeah, now it's my turn. Green Martyrdom. I think that sounds good. Spend time as a troubled hermit in strict asceticism. Okay, so we get the blue one here. Let's switch views. Prayer rejuvenates you. Your zeal improves by 1 square. Nice. My zeal is back to 3. Woohoo. That is really huge because now I have 3 action points again instead of 2. Wow, that's great. Thank you, Green Martyrdom. All right, let's start converting. Woo. All right, so what I'm gonna do is knock them dead. No, I'm gonna get this leader. I'll have this +1 thanks to this, and I naturally have +1 to leaders, so that's auto victory. Let me think it through though. That would be the first action. Then I can do 2 more. We don't know what plus this would give me, but Could make life a lot easier. So let's just do this as a first action. It's a +1. All right, so that's the first action. 2 more. To go for the person here, it's a 3 is a tie, I believe. Sheesh. Why do I feel so weak suddenly with this character? Okay, 3 is, I mean, I guess these are pretty tough people. So I guess we'll just roll for the 4 then. 3 is a tie. I could do a prep. Maybe I should. It's gonna go slow, but the 6s suck. Bob is really good at converting compared to me now. I'll do a prep and a convert just on this -4. So that means I need a 2 is a F 2 is a tie. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, okay. Well, I wasted the prep, but okay. Wasted time prepping, but I didn't know what I was gonna roll, right? All right, so that would be my turn. Back to Rob Bob's character. Jutes attack. Advance paganism by 1 square in Great Britain. Okay. So now paganism is advancing to Strathclyde is pagan. No, no. We have to put some new cards shuffled into the deck. Do that real quick. And what is Rob Bob going to do while I'm shuffling? Let me look over here. Well, he has 3 action and is kind of a bruiser now, so to speak. There's unfortunately a few 6 peoples that need to be dealt with. 3 of them. 3 6 peoples. We got this one and these 2. So it's like, yeah, I need his big guns with his newfound +1 to all conversion attempts. Yeah, maybe he'll go to North Ine and go for that 6er. It's a, you could do like 1 walk over there, do 1 prep. It's still tough, geez. We should build churches. Maybe he'll build a church there. Yeah, build it. Remember, like he said, building is better than a prep if you can do it at the time. You go to North Ine and build. Is it worth attempting at that point though, or just passing his last action? Maybe he should walk over to South Ine and build. And then I can build on my turn and we'll have a solid church at that point. Might be a good idea. I miss when we had free church building. That was actually quite a powerful thing to have. All right, I shuffled the draw deck. And yeah, Rob Bob's guy is going to, I think, start building some churches. Trying to think of what he can do with a 3rd action, though, because it's going to be either, I'm debating whether he should walk to me and build a church, probably, or walk to here and build a church in North Ine. But then he has a 3rd action to spare, and it's like, what would he do? He could hand cards to me. He could hand it. That's actually good. He could hand a saint to me to be my acolyte. All right, let's go with that. He's gonna go here, build a church, and hand me a saint. Hey, you got a spare saint to hand to me? Sure, you can have Brigid. All right, so now if I die, I have an acolyte to replace me. And that's his turn. Back to me. What do I get? Disease or a miracle? That doesn't sound good. Prayer could bring healing. Man, I wish to get autofocus to work better. What's with prayer could bring healing, but after all, it is God's will. Disease or a miracle. Okay, so depending on the arrow, it could be good or bad. Unfortunately, it is bad. Prayer does not heal your illness. Lose 1 zeal. All right. Damn it. I'm back to having low zeal again. All right. I guess I'll build up that church like I was saying, but then what am I going to do with my second action? Me. Might just have to pass it. All right, let's build the church. And I guess I'm passing. Back to Rabab. Not an invasion again. Irish armies, blah, blah, blah. Remove. Which arrow are we looking at? Yellow. That's still the top thing. Remove from South Ine, which is where we are. We're going to lose zeal for each thing. Lose here. The chief, 3 people. The chief, 3 people. The church, and 1 relic. Okay. All right, maybe I'm just gonna call it a night at this point. Since I don't think anybody's watching anyway, and just seeing all my progress always disappear before my eyes just makes me even more reluctant to continue playing. So thank you for watching, people who watched this. I don't think anyone's watching anymore. Bye. Good night.